They say I'm crazy, the way you got me open, baby. They say I'm bugging,
Test one,
the
two,
way I'm time sweating your loving. They all sit and wonder why this feeling I cannot hide. It ain't a question of pride. It's love. It's love. It's love. It's love. They say I'm ripping, the way you got my whole life flipping. They say I'm losing it, just can't seem to keep my grip, baby. We all cry when we feel pain. When love is gone, we're not the same. It ain't a question of brains. It's love. It's love.
boom. All right. So I'll get started quicker than later. I just changed everything around on my setup so stuff is not right and it's a little screwed up. I'm actually selfish, so I don't feel like restreaming. I don't even know who else is live right now. It's probably some of my homies are actually live. But I had to jump on. Happy New Year to everybody. And I just gotta say, this boy got COVID, and I don't know how. But I will say that Omicron is just in the air, and that's what's popping. And so I want to tell everybody, please be safe, because it is that serious. And so if you're out there and you just in them streets, be careful in them streets, because this is serious. So after posting on Facebook today, Richard, what's going on? India, what's going on? You should have got my text. After posting today of my wife and I experience, I actually had people inbox me. And so I'll leave them nameless, but I got inboxes from people that I'm cool with and I know. And they actually mentioned, hey, yo, I got the same situation. And it's kind of like most of us are like, wow, are you serious? And it's like, yeah, I got the same situation. And we're all people that we don't think that we're just like invincible or something like that. But it's kind of like you just wasn't thinking you going to show up with COVID because, you know, you're careful with yourself, or you're like real mindful of, hey, you know, I watch where I go, and you know, I look out, I'm careful, I wipe my hands down and the whole nine. But it's just like, yo, it's in the air now, and a lot of people aren't really taking it serious. So wow, Richard, you said I've got it, that's why I've been hanging low. This is amazing. So let me see. I'm just going to tap in because I told some people I'll let them know. I'm gonna put anybody had it. Let me know. Okay, so anybody had it. I do. Okay, I'm gonna put I do. Okay, got you. Okay, so question mark, and I'm gonna be right with y'all in a second. So anybody had it? Okay, I do. Join me live on YouTube. Okay, listen, I'm gonna get this popping tonight. Okay, And so, yeah, okay, I just did a Facebook post. But it's really crazy. So I got it right before New Year's Eve. James, are you kidding me? Listen, I'm talking to people that I know y'all play it safe. And all of a sudden now, we are popping up. And I'm talking about the unusuals, okay? Siobhan, thank you. You said that's the truth. This thing is real. And you're right. It's not that it wasn't real before. It's just that, you know how you say, oh, it's real, and it's something that's been going on for a while, but we know the round the way hood statement of, oh, this is real. Okay, that real is real now. So the real that we talking about now is that dead series of real, where my live now is basically to say it hits everybody different. And so, oh my God, Richard, you said it was the worst, even with 3 shots, day 10 still going. Man, listen, I'm about to just put out a link. If anybody wants to jump on live and talk about it, it's all good. Mr. Camera Junkie, you and Aiden okay? Let me know. Siobhan, where's Daryl at? Is he home? Is he set up? Tell him to hit me up. You know, I send the link. He can jump in and talk too. James, listen, it is dead serious. And so I'm just curious how many people actually already had this thing, or you have it now, and how are you feeling? What are your symptoms? You know, how are you making out with it? I'm doing fine. My wife is down for the count. I'm cool. And so when they told us we was positive today, you know, they told her, oh, yep, sorry, you tested positive for COVID. It was like, whoa, wait a minute. And we're looking like, how in the ham sandwich did that happen? And it's kind of hard to like figure it out. So this is beyond just simple traveling. I think this is just beyond a lot of stuff that, you know, we're not up on. So talk to me. Mr. Camera Junkie, I don't know if you got the new link, man. Let me know. I'll send it to you. But I want to get this going, and I want some people to join me. I'm waiting on some people. They'll probably join me, and you know, we'll just talk about, you know, our workplaces and, you know, different stuff that we're doing, and how can we protect ourselves, or are we at a place now where it's just kind of like there is no protecting yourself? You're just waiting for it to come around to you. That's what's kind of crazy now, is are we really sitting waiting for it to come through? But I think the dangerous thing that most people aren't facing is it's not one of those things where you just get it and it passes and you get over it and you're cool. This is a recycling thing that can happen. And so when Richard says, okay, check this out. Y'all look at what Richard says. If you can't see it in the columns, I'm going to show it to you. Richard, he points out, and let me just get to it. Look at this statement here. He says, it was the worst, bro. Even with 3 shots, right? Day 10 still going. So today, when we went to go get tested, we went to the urgent care. There was a woman in the car next to us, and oh, here it is right here. Whoopi Goldberg tested positive for COVID-19. It's right on Alexa. A woman in the car next to us. Here's the crazy thing. The young lady comes out to talk to her and to get her test and everything. And the woman's talking, I mean, no mask on. And the young lady's like, ma'am, can you put a mask on? Now, the woman was probably like in her like late 60s, early 70s. But she kind of looks like one of them people that's just like, she don't care. I'm not judging her, but she's talking at a clinic, and they come out to the cars, and she's trying to talk to the person. You can see she was a little hard of hearing, but she has no mask on. The girl's like, yo, can you put your mask on? Lady puts her mask on, and the girl's talking to her. Then they come back out with the test results, and they said, ma'am, you tested positive for COVID. And she's like, well, I mean, where'd it come from? And the girl's like, yeah, I'm sorry. Like, yeah, I don't know where it came from. And, you know, they started talking back and forth. And the woman's like, she's pissed off because she's got COVID. But it's like noticing you with your practice. Here's the best part. Her battery tanks while we're sitting in the parking lot. So she must call her son or somebody else, and they okay, Siobhan, I got you. So it's like the woman, she calls her son or somebody up to jump the car. So he comes out with the porta kit to jump it. He has no mask on. Okay, I get it. You're outside, you jump in mom's car or grandmom's car or whatever. But dude, you're around the clinic and stuff. He has no mask on. He's talking to her. She has no mask on. He doesn't have a mask on. And she just been told that she tested positive. This is the kind of stuff that's happening where we're never going to get control of this. We're never going to get a grip on this because of a sense of entitlement and the lack of comfort. People want their comfort zone, and that comfort zone is not working to be inconvenienced as such. And this is what's happening. So, Pam, big bro, I've been sick with migraines and a dry cough, getting tested tomorrow. You know what, Pam? Let me say this, and for those people who are in the comments watching, you may agree with me, and this is not offensive. Most likely, with those symptoms that you said, you probably have Omicron. Listen, I figure I was like, oh, I'm cool. Ain't nothing wrong with me. It's just a little, couple of chills, whatnot. I don't get the headaches. Tina gets the headaches. I didn't get the headache. But I was sick first, and then it was her. And then the next thing you know, it's like, boom, she's got, we both have COVID. So it's one of those things that you got to be extra careful about, because you never know, what's going down, how it's going down. And you could have it and not think that you do, and you probably most likely do have it. So not to discourage you, not to get you all, up in airs, but more than likely, that's exactly what happened. You probably have COVID. So don't be scared about it. Don't lose your mind over it. But more than likely, that's probably what's going on. I have one of my friends here, and if I can get my button straight, India, this is so crazy because my computer actually wants to act up right now because I didn't reset it. But you just hang right in there, and I'm about to pop you on, and I'm going to do it in the fun, best way that I can. Ladies and gentlemen, hang on 1 second, because we are going to bring in someone who's been missing in action for such a mighty long time. And she done fell in love, and she done forgot about her brother. She just threw me under the bus, the whole nine. And so I'm going to let her apologize publicly for leaving us hanging, because Tina, the DC girl, was about to go down around her way and cause a little ruckus and all of that stuff. And so I guess what it is my Stream Deck just wants to act up. So I gotta find my you know what? I'm just gonna do something crazy. So I'm gonna hit this button right here, number 2. That's me right here. And then I'm gonna bring in, oh, there it is. It wants to act right now. So now we're gonna get, India is over here in this column up in these streets. Come on in here, girl. Where we go? There she is. Okay, you're saying something, but it's not coming up, and it's not on you. I don't think it's you. It could be my computer. Don't sweat it. It might be me. So let me make sure I'm getting audio coming in here. So interview. All right, I got everything going over here. It just could be a lag over here. It's not you. Double check. Do you have your feed on? You can hear me though, right? Okay, you can hear me, but I can't hear you. So let me turn your volume down, then I'm going to turn it back up. Say something now. All right, just sign off, sign back on. This is probably the eCam thing. Just, I'm going to leave this right up. So just, yep, and then sign back on. Okay, but yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Keith Pelzer, if you're just joining us, we actually, in this household here, we ended up realizing that we have tested positive for COVID, and we have been super safe. We have been mask wearing people all over the place. Tom, what is going on? Miss you, buddy. Say something now.
Here.
There, I got you. I got audio. Audio. Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, I want to present to some and introduce to other my true beloved sister, India Delgado, okay? Not Elgato, not Stream Deck Elgato, but Delgado.
Right,
and
right.
and she's a wonderful little sister of mine, and she moved
Yes.
to the Philly area. But she
Yes.
fell in love, and then she just kind of
Right.
cut
Yes.
everybody off, cut everybody
All
off.
the shade. Oh my
So
goodness. All
so
the shade.
I gotta meet this significant other,
My
so I
boo.
can meet my other sisters,
Yes.
so I don't have to talk to India anymore, and I can
Right,
just
right, right.
talk to my other
Right, right,
sister.
right.
Yeah. So how you been, sis?
What's going on?
So
Come on,
question for you:
Yes.
have you avoided COVID all this time? Never had it?
Listen, I'm gonna be honest. I think I have the Omicron. I think I got the Omicron variant now. I can't even talk. I'm sounding mad deep. I'm
Yo,
like I've been sick for the last week, and I haven't gone to get tested because out here in Philly, the lines, it's supposedly like at its worst
it's
out
stupid.
here in Philadelphia. And so the thought process for me was, well, if I go, it's gonna take a few days to get tested, and then what are they gonna do for me if I have it? Like, in all honesty, like if I have it, what are they going to do? They're going to tell me that I have it and then send me home anyway. I'd rather just stay home, take care of myself, get better,
Hit
and not
the
stay in the
button.
lines.
Hit the button.
Listen, right? Like,
Thank you.
for real. Like, what am I
Thank
gonna do?
you.
No, actually, it should be this button. Because, like, it's bad in Philly. Like, it is crazy bad.
Hold up. So
In Philly.
pause on that one real quick. You hit
Yeah,
it
yeah,
on
yeah.
the money. This why me and you are brother and sister.
Right, exactly.
So your sister here, Tina, right? Your hood sister.
yeah. Yes.
She's like, oh, hon, you was sick. Oh, you need to go get tested. I'm like, well, look, if this is what it
that gonna do?
is, I'm
Right.
like, look, I'm halfway through it now, I guess, right? So
Right.
then she got sick, and it was just like, oh boy. So for the sake of Caleb,
Right.
she's like, I want to get tested. I'm like, okay, cool. So I take her to get tested. She tests positive, and she's like, well, you going to test them too? And it was just like, ain't no need to test them. Like,
Right.
y'all sleeping in the same bed. It's like more than likely
Right.
he had it, and he looks good.
Right. So
And-
what they did for you? Like,
Yeah.
and then what? Right.
So I'm like, you went out, you got tested positive. It's like, okay, cool. I get her point, but I'm with you. If you pretty much by yourself or you just with one partner, you don't have any kids
Right.
around or nothing. At
Right.
this point, it is so crazy, and getting tested
Right.
is so freaking hard
Right.
to the point where you're stuck. And it's like, you just got to
Exactly.
ride this thing out.
Exactly. That's all it is. You got to write it out. So I was sick like I said, I probably had the Omicron variant with everything that I had. I mean, allergies, I'm still congested. I was sneezing, I was coughing, all of that good stuff. It was all basically right after Christmas. So from Christmas all the way to New Year's, and I'm still feeling sick, but I was feeling so bad last week that the way I feel now, I'm like, oh, I'm good. I'm still sick. So let's say I never felt that bad last week.
So that's your excuse
way
for
I
not
feel
getting
today-
back to me and Diana and Doc
Yeah.
and everybody.
Yeah, listen.
Okay, no, we just messing with you because we love you.
But
Go.
Doc sent the message today in our chat, like for the admins for Let's Get Live. He sent the chat talking about everybody turn off the smoke signals. India's alive. She finally responded. I swear to God, that was like 3 hours
I was
ago.
going to drive past your door. Seriously,
No,
I was
wait.
about to creep up on you.
I got text messages from Diana last week. Diana, somebody need to text Diana because Diana texted me. Diana was like, India, blink once, or do I need to send Mosifis and Tina to your house
We
and
just
do a
making sure you
drive
good
through
up in these Philly
for
streets.
real? I was like, listen, if I don't start responding to people, I said, and leave it to Keith. Keith will show up at my house and do a whole nother live stream
Ladies and
again.
gentlemen, take note of that.
Right.
I will do it.
Exactly. Keith will show up, do a live stream and say, oh, I just need to make sure you alive. Okay, bye. And then leave. I said, so let me start responding to people because the whole cavalry was about to show up at my house.
Well, look, real quick, you and I, we both say hi to Tom. I saw Tom in the comment section. He's Mr. Businessman. He might have to go. But yeah, Tom,
yeah.
I am feeling, for a couple of days, it wasn't because of you, but I was feeling sad and blue. It's all because of you. No, so Tom,
Yes.
blue. That was whack. Okay, but for a time, I was actually feeling blue because of this variant. So here's the thing:
Uh-huh.
I didn't actually get tested. Tina got tested.
Right.
So they were just like, so what I wanted to discuss, because you and I, we bike ride, right?
Right. Right.
It's something about the exercise that I think was a help, and they mentioned that. So I want to say to people,
Yes.
thank you, Tom. I want to say to people,
Thanks, Tom.
do your best to get some kind of healthy
For real.
regimen, something together,
Yes.
especially now. Because when that thing hit me, I promise you that it didn't keep me down long, but the time when it came on, it was like a whole truck just
Right.
sat on my back or something, and I
Right.
literally just crawled right into bed. Then it
Right.
was like a puddle of sweat. Then
Right,
I'm
yeah.
cold as
The
jacks.
cold sweats. Exactly. You got the cold sweats. You like, and then you kicking off the covers, and then everything, like your clothes is just sticking to you. You
Yup.
like, why?
You changing
What's
the sheets,
happening?
then you wash
Right.
them, dry them, you change them again, and then
I said no. I said I want to burn everything in my house. Like that's how I feel. Like I just want to just burn it to flames and start again. That's it for real.
It
Swear
is-
to God.
it is crazy. It's really taking me out of here because so one of my sisters and brother, Siobhan, and her husband. So her husband, he has a church up in Erie, PA. So he couldn't come home because there was a breakout up there. And I talked to him briefly. I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
so he was pretty much cool, but it was like, yo, I tested positive. And then him and I talked about what the CDC was saying about, oh, you can just take 5 days, but on the low,
Right.
the doctor's like, yo, take the 10. Okay.
Right.
All right. Because that joint is like,
For real.
Omicron is like some kind of sticky spider that just jumps. Where it's
Yes.
like the earlier variants were like, oh, I can't catch you, right? But the
Right,
new
right.
one, that joint is like, it's like, remember the Transformers when they had that new one where they could like migrate in the air
Right.
and slide through and
Right.
creep through the door? Omicron is like, I'm gonna just slide right
Find a
underneath
way.
the mask.
Find a way. That's it. Exactly. I'm gonna find a way. I'm gonna find a way. For real.
Oh my
That's no
gosh.
joke, bro.
Noel, Happy New Year. Wow, from Puerto Rico. Listen,
Hey, Noel, ¿qué lo que, papi? ¿Cómo está? Don't make
listen.
me start buzzing out the Spanish. ¿Cómo está, papi? He is a great photographer in Puerto Rico.
Nice. See,
what
that's
to
what I'm
say.
talking about.
Yes.
I needed you
Yes.
for photography skills too.
See?
Come on, I need you to shoot with this this new Sony stuff I got here. So when we get over this sickness, we
Yeah,
got
when we get over. Exactly. I mean, yeah, exactly. Let me know. I know.
So-
Yeah, I know. See, so, and I'm going to say it on public record. Keith called me twice, left me 2 voicemails. This is the first time I am talking to Keith since he's called me twice.
'Cause
So
this
this
how
is
we
my
do.
callback. Exactly. This is my callback. And I never, because I don't listen to voicemails. So
I
I,
got
don't
you.
even know what Keith said.
and you're
I
Puerto
was
Rican.
like, yeah, I'm gonna link up with him. Right, like,
Okay,
if
I
it's
get
that
it. I
important,
get it.
see, if it's that important, he would have texted me. See, Diana knew. Diana texted me and she said, "India, I will send Keith and Tina to your house. Are you good?" I saw the text. I said, "Listen, sis, I'm good." I immediately text her back. I'm fine. I'm all right. I'm okay.
So look, Tina and I, we were sitting there trying to figure out. The first thing your mind races to is like, where did I get this from? Right?
Right.
Because you're like, okay, I was masked up, I washed hands, nobody was at the house, that's that third. Where did I get it from? So you're trying to think, and
Figure
I
it
can't
out.
I can't
Right.
land my hands on it. So a biker friend of mine, we went out on a ride for New Year's Eve. Everybody were out in the open, gravel ride,
Right.
masked up, whatever. Everybody's cool. So my buddy, when I made my post on Facebook, buddy hit me up and was like, yo, me and my daughter got it. And it's just like, are you serious? He's like, dude, I don't know how. And those of us who are exercising, I think
Right.
it's a better way to pass through. And
Right.
and I don't want to offend anybody on here. It's not about this. I'm not going to be political, but I must say that what I got from the doctors is the vaccine does help a ton. Now, I can't prove that to anybody because
Right.
I only got vaccinated because Tina literally was like, for the sake of my wife and my kids, it was like, oh, we get vaccinated. I'm like, all right, I'm going to get vaccinated. Because I was just I'm going to just stay away from everybody, mask up, and I'm not messing with that.
Same.
But
I agree.
I think I would have still been fine not vaccinated, but the way that thing felt, I can't say that vaccination didn't help. I don't know. I'm due for a booster, but I don't know. So that's just something I want people to think about, but not, I wouldn't say change your position because of what I'm saying. It's just, I don't want people finding out late. You know what I'm saying? Like that. It's kind of like when we were younger or when I went to Africa for the first time, South Africa, they poked me with 8 different needles. I don't know what the heck was in them joints.
Right.
But I was just like, I'm going to the motherland. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They was like, you need this shot. I don't even know what the pronunciation of it was. And I let them go pop, 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 pop. Right. So when they're like, yo, there's like 200,000 people dead, 500,000 more. And it's like, here's a vaccination. Here's what America did. Okay, y'all got vaccinated. We can run back out in the streets now. Right. Okay, and then we get Delta. Now we got Omicron, and this joint, while it's quick, it's just, I don't think, because on my Facebook page or in my column, I'm seeing too many deaths. And these are the unusual suspects. Like, I'm talking people that's like, I just seen them the other day. They look good. And it hit them and they're gone. Right. Okay. So, I mean, I've done 3 funerals for COVID death. Okay. One of them was my members. One of them was a member of mine. So I've seen this like firsthand and it's no joke. There's Daryl in the comments section. He's in the LGL community. Daryl Cook, where you at, bro? He's here, and I hope he's doing well. Wait a minute. Do you see what Paul says?
I know. He's throwing me shade. He said, who is that woman?
He said,
all
who's
the
that
shade.
woman?
I'm not going to hear the end of it. You know, Gigi this morning, because we on the Apple Watch together, Gigi was like, we miss your voice. When you coming back? Like, come on. Literally, all of this stuff happened today. So when I saw that you went live.
You keep talking. I'm doing this because I had to change my system up. You keep talking because I'm going to let you address people.
All the shade? That's it. Listen. So Gigi this morning, Paul has been texting me, messaging me, and then Paul the same thing. Paul put a post up as well on Let's Get Live talking about, I haven't seen India in so long. Then Doc in the group, Diana, personal text messages. I was like, all the way shade. All the way shade.
You call it shade. I'm just like, it's necessary because we got to check on people now. We got to check on people now.
I know. Yes.
So here's the other thing that's crazy. It seems like, in my opinion, a lot of people don't like to say that they have it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll be honest with you, and I'm not vaccinated. I've been very adamant against it, and it's the same thing. Like, it's this taboo thing, right? Like, and for me, and normally I'm not a conspiracy theorist, and I have admitted.
And so this is good because again, I'm vaccinated because Tina.
Right, because Tina,
if
right,
Tina
exactly.
didn't push me, I was just like, nah, I'm cool. I'm going to just stay away from everybody. I ain't jumping in it and whatever. But go ahead.
Right. But, and so like I said, normally I'm not a conspiracy theorist and I'm like, all right, whatever. But for this, I just felt like, so at the, what was it? And I had already moved in. So let's say in the summertime here, back when, because Philly was doing a contest for people to get vaccinated according to zip codes, for you to put in your vaccination and you can win money. When I started watching the news and I saw that they were giving money away for you to be vaccinated, that just didn't sit right with me.
Gotcha.
I was like, it didn't. Maybe it was an incentive. It was, for me, it was like, that's too, no. So I had the conspiracy theorist in me turned all the way up.
I hear you.
I still haven't done it. I've been putting it off for a very long time. My whole family has it. And I joke around and I'm like, that's all right. Because when stuff happens 10 years down the line and all of y'all who are vaccinated start falling off and I'm the one that's not, I'm going to take care of the kids. I'm going to be that one, like on The Walking Dead, the one that didn't get vaccinated and all the kids whatever. Anyway.
So wait. So here's what's good with your position. Because listen to what you said. You did say not yet, right?
Right.
But at this point, are you at the point where you're like, and I'm just asking you this, do you feel like you're starting to consider, or you're like, I'm out of the woods?
No. So the problem is that as they continue with the laws and stuff like that, and ultimately because I work from home. So everybody, that's another reason I live alone. Keith knows that I live alone and I work
No, you
from
don't.
home. So it's a
No,
little
you
bit,
don't.
well, I do. I live with Tyler with my dog. Stop telling my business. Because Tyler was ready to get you when you showed up at the house, okay? I don't care if he's little. Tyler's my little guard dog. Leave him
We was
alone.
going out to dinner. I was going to treat y'all to dinner.
I know. We gonna link up.
Anyway. All right.
We gonna link up.
But go ahead. I ain't going to tell all your business. Go ahead. I'll let you. Yeah.
No, it's
go
all
ahead.
right.
Well, you already put it out there.
No, that's all right. I mean, no, I'm good. We don't live together. She still live in Connecticut. No, she still live in Connecticut.
I thought that was somebody from Philly.
No, that's my best friend.
Oh.
She lives in Connecticut, and so we see each other like once a month. Anyway, that's a whole nother. That's
Okay,
another relationship live that we'll do another day.
All right. Got you.
But I say not yet because working for the bank, although I get to work from home, I am remote. There are times that I have to go in, and now they're utilizing, I guess, in New Jersey, because my bank is a New Jersey-based bank. So they're talking about when the vaccine mandate goes into effect for this year, they're going to impose it if I guess it gets written into law. And so just literally on Monday, they sent out an email to the non-vaccinated employees saying, we have you on record as not being vaccinated. If the mandate goes into effect, we're going to require that you get vaccinated.
Oh, goodness. So that's the part that I feel for people with, okay? One of the problems that we had with churches was, and I knew it was a hard one in Zooms, where it was like, I had talked to some pastors, they were like, oh, we opening up, but you got to be vaccinated or you can't come to church. And people were like, oh, it's imposing them. And I was like, I respect both opinions. Again, like I said,
I agree.
If it wasn't for my wife, I really was, staying away from it. It's like, I'm not going to get a tooth pulled unless it's really necessary to pull it, right?
Right.
I'm not getting an operation unless that's the only other way it can happen. And so with a virus and vaccination, it's kind of like, I felt as though I could outsmart the thing. So the boat that I would have been in that you're in is you probably had it. Like, I think I had COVID before.
I agree. No, I agree.
When 2020 came in, I think we talked about this before. Somewhere in that 2019, I was sick as jacks.
I think we all were at some point.
And so I was just like, did I have COVID?
Was that it?
Yeah,
exactly.
Was that it? Because I was like, that was a little turn up from the normal, sickness. And then, we go through this, we're all protected, whatever. But this right here, I knew it's when Tina got tested and they say, yeah, she tested positive. I was like, oh yeah, that was Omicron that I had. And then when I mentioned it, it was so many people that I normally talk to that wouldn't have told me that it's people that was like, oh, I started off the year and my whole house had Omicron. Our boy John from Coffee and Tech guy, John and AJ, right? John's household, him and his household got it. And I'm just like, I didn't know that, because I wasn't able to join his Coffee and Tech on the last Thursday, but I didn't know that. So I'm like, this joint is really this joint is like jumping at people, and I'm fine. And I would just say, so my sister, my kind of like god sister, Yvonne, you'll meet her soon, but Yvonne, me and her, we're CMOS people. We do the CMOS, we vitamins, we get out and work out, we lifting weights, she, in the gym and everything. She traveling everywhere, and she just like, oh, I'm not getting the vaccine. And, me and Tina's like, but more so Tina's like, girl, you better get that vaccination. Well, she got COVID and she's fine. So again, I'm not promoting don't do it to people, but at the same time, at least make sure that you have the angle, because a lot of people that I lost, they weren't vaccinated. And now, again, there's on record, we're definitely probably going to find somebody that got 2-3 shots and they still passed the COVID. So that's not the point that we need to try to prove. But if statistics will show that from the nurses I know that are in the hospitals that are like the main people we got to rush to, or secretly the priority goes to those who are not vaccinated, because they will ask you. When you say you're sick, they're going to ask you, are you vaccinated or not? If you say you sick and you vaccinated, they kind of back off a little bit and say, okay, we'll give you some antibiotics, whatever. If you say you're not vaccinated, they're like, okay, they start thinking we might need to get you to a bed if you feeling bad.
Right.
And the good news for you is, and praise God, you've been sick. It's stretched, but you're fine. You look good. And are you sweating a lot still?
No, I've been all right. I mean, I've been working out, but like, I think I'm all right. Today I was, but I don't know. It's one of those things that is the heat too high. Like I had the house at 78 because it got colder out here too. So I was like, all right, I'm kind of warm. You know what I mean? But the house was warm in general because I raised everything up. The heat, the temperatures out here was dropping down to 20. So I was like, nah, I don't like when the house gets cold. So I like to warm it up ahead of time.
Right. Okay, Paul said he's fully vaccinated and boosted. But look here. Yeah, Paul. There's Paul. A lot of dead people that thought they could outsmart the virus. That is true.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah, I agree.
I'm just glad I wasn't one of those people. And I think, okay, so India, you can agree. Like, I think like in a position like you, like me being like you, minus Tina, right?
Right.
You and I would have been them people like, oh, we Zwift every other day. We go out on the bike trail.
I drink 90 ounces of water. I'll sweat that cold out. Right.
We're not saying don't do it. Use your own conscience, your thought. But either way, play it safe. Because like testimony to you, if it helps, Yvonne, she survived a hard hit. It took her down real good. But I believe that she survived it because of her health regimen, Right. There's people that it's like, you ain't really taking care of yourself.
Right. You don't take care of yourself. And then that's what it is. It exacerbates the issue. Yep. So if you already have other pre-existing conditions and you're not taking care of yourself, you're not drinking enough fluids. And that's even with a regular cold, they say that.
Yeah.
Forget about the COVID. With a regular cold, you look at someone who's drinking a lot of water naturally versus someone who drinks zero water and always drinking, soda or whatever it is. The person who's just naturally healthier and has a health regimen and exercises and things like that they're going to take a cold a little bit better. They're going to react to a cold a little bit better than someone who has diabetes or, all these other things. It's going to affect them.
Look at this. Johnanna, what's going on, sis? Siobhan says, bro, me too. January 2020, I got hit hard. Yeah, I think people that haven't got tested way back when, they probably had COVID and didn't know it. It passed through. Jesse P is sitting here watching while quarantine. Man, I think that this joint is hitting people left and right.
Yeah,
and the reason why I posted and just said, this is how we do. So welcome back, my sis. I appreciate you and I love you because I know I don't have to ask you no questions. We just hit the button. We pop
That's
on.
it.
And
That's
have fun.
it. We never missed a beat.
Come on. The first time we went on, I still have that clip. I still got it on my hard drive.
Yeah.
I still got it. So
it was probably about a year ago. I think it was less than a year ago because a year ago I was already like on my own. But it was probably right before Christmas. So it was definitely a little bit over a year ago.
It was before you went to Pittsburgh.
Right. Yeah. And I went to Pittsburgh on January 1st. So it was like right before then.
And that's when we were on the clubhouse call with you for like 6 hours.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but Dr. Bryant, she's at our church. She's minister at our church. Johnanna Bryant, she's in that medical field, and she always helps Tina and I out, with what she gets from the medical field. And it's funny because I was like, yo, I ain't feeling no good. She was like, look, little bro, pastor. She was like, with this Omicron, she was like, that temperature check ain't going to do a hill of beans. Sure enough, Tina put the joint in my head. I was never over
regular
98. Yeah. I was like all regular, but body wise, I could have sworn when Tina did this, it was going to say like $105.
Right.
I felt like Inferno at certain points for like 2 hours. I felt like Inferno heat. And she was like, this beep. She was like, oh, it's like 98.
Regular.
I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, no way. And my head, you know, my bald head, I'm talking milk
well,
dud
the bees,
dripping.
Exactly. That's hilarious.
I was dripping, yo. And I was just like, man, this sickness ain't right, man. It's not right.
Yeah.
Which say the virus hits everyone differently, whether you're healthy and working out or overweight with many diseases. You're absolutely right. It is popping off. So what is Paul saying? People don't forget that.
Thumbs up.
Oh, don't forget that the thumbs up.
Hit that like button. Hit that like button.
Paul, see, I gotta put a wrench on Paul too, man. That's it. That's what I'm talking about, man. Listen. So, anybody, you got any questions on this? Like, what Gregarious says? Omicron. Wait a minute. You see Gregarious?
Right. His bodybuilding pictures.
Yo.
He's all, I'm like, oh, I see you. All right.
Put my shirt back on. You know what I'm saying?
Like, okay, brother. I see you. He low key. Those are the ones that you don't sleep on him. Don't sleep on him.
Yeah, you gotta watch him. Yeah, low key guy. But what else did I want to hit on? So yeah, I'm not gonna make this a church thing, but the funny thing is, and I'll say this because it's me and you on here. Mm-hmm. As a pastor, remember I was like, India, I'm gonna have you come down our church and help us out with the audio, video. We still gonna do that, but now it's more clear on what I'm gonna need to do because we're not trying to set up for a crowd. I'm gonna just be like, look, I'm kind of doing like a home setup in the building and multiple camera shots and set up a nice front of the church joint because everybody rushed and open. But I'm like, especially in the black church,
people shutting down again. Yeah, people shutting down again.
Yeah, it's like you can't help but to just be like this in the room. And I'm like, this joint is jumping crazy. Mm-hmm. You know? Mm-hmm.
Happy New Year, Gregarious. Happy New Year.
Yeah, I'm like, this joint is jumping crazy. Yeah. So I see the shutdown coming again. And one thing that you'll probably be able to help me out with is we're going to help people to get their home set up. Back in. What are you using right now? You on a ZV-E10 or what?
No, I haven't gotten it. Damn you guys. You guys be all on the same.
You don't need it.
Diana earlier today said, India, stop decorating your house. You need a new camera. I swear to God, that was yesterday. This is the A6400.
Oh, well, you good then. You don't need it.
6400. Yeah. The 6400 with Sigma 16 millimeter. And then I got my A5100 here. I feel like, I don't know. Let me see. Let me see if I can switch it real quick.
Go ahead, switch to it.
The A51, let's see. Is it on? Wait, hold on.
You're good. There you go.
So then my A5100 is there.
The autofocus is working dope too. Yeah. Just point it more at yourself. You good to go.
Mess around with it. I got a little light there and stuff. Give me a different angle if I wanted that angle. But I still use a teleprompter. So through the teleprompter, the glide gear, that's what I use as my let me turn that off. That's what I use as my confidence monitor with the A6400. I keep it on 4K because I hardwire. So I just did a speed test. And I got the Verizon 1 gig. So I got 879 up, 794 down. So I keep it on 4K to stream all the time.
See, you already got set up. So here's what I want to do. I want to now double down. There's some ministries, I don't even know them, but they literally put out packages now because they got ahead of the game. They saw this coming and they put out packages for, excuse me. They put out packages for, and they're doing advertisements showing empty sanctuaries and saying, are you set up to deal with the reality that we're not going to be packing buildings up again? So I'm sitting there looking like, yep. So now we're back in play. And what you have there, like what I want to do is I want to do a variety of, we're not having a piss and match on who's got what camera or whatever. We're just saying, this is what she's using. This is what he's using. That's what they're using. And I'm bringing to the table everybody that I believe is just dope. Yeah. And then, so therefore, like I want to get with John from Coffee and Tech so that I can deal with people who only have PCs.
Yeah.
Because, we're Mac people. So first thing we're going to be like, I got the M1, blah, blah, blah. Somebody going to be like, well, I got a PC. And we're like, Oh, I can't really help you there. Well, you
Right,
can.
right, right.
You can, but that's good because you're multitasking as well because you can just,
Yep.
either or.
Switch
But I
back and
want to be
forth,
able to
right.
help people out to say, like we said before, up your game. Like,
Right. Yeah.
you're going to be in the crib. So, like,
That's
or
it.
you're going to
Yeah.
be like small staff. So, what do you do to set it up? I got a comment here. Let me just see. I got an itchy throat, so maybe you can help me out. So,
Yeah.
you only need a new camera if you're going
Paul
to
is
use
throwing
it.
shade. Paul is throwing shade again at me because I haven't been streaming since I basically moved in. Like, that's the reality. Since I bought my house back in April, I have not streamed. And so Paul is saying, I'm not going to use it, so I don't need a new camera.
Oh my God.
Whatever, Paul.
And so Chris S. So this is YouTube. Sometimes you can't tell.
Right.
May I ask why you have to queue
To get tested.
to get tested? So what is like? I need
Probably for
clarification.
COVID, like the line. Yeah, Chris, what you mean? Probably for the line for COVID to get tested. I don't know. To queue. I don't know.
So,
Chris.
Yeah,
more.
to queue. Clarify that for us, Chris. I'll wait to see your response on that. So what I found out, like, think about this today, and I'll just say this for Chris. If you didn't know, Dana, what's going
Dana,
on, bro?
what's cracking?
That's what I'm talking about, Dana. Wait, was that Dana's post? I got to get Dana to talk about that post that he put up. Jesus, it was crazy.
What was it?
I think I might do that tomorrow if Dana has time. He put up one of the best posts I've read in a while. It has to be Dana. But real quick before I get sidetracked,
Yeah.
when Tina got tested, so it was urgent care. So the first place we went to, they told Tina she could come in. When we got there were people sitting in the lobby. So we walked in there, and Tina came up there, and she was like, yeah, I called in. They told me to come down. And dude was like, yo, we can't do it. And she was like, what's up? They was like, we had an outbreak in here. And so the doctor, one of the doctors had to leave, and there's only one left, and we're too filled up. So they were like, we can't test you. So a guy, he got up, he was like, get the hell out of here. He was mad, whatever. And so we got back in the car. Tina looked up another spot. There's another urgent care. They were like, yeah, just pull up. We come out to you. Well, once they got to the car, they were like, well, we can only take her because she needs urgent care. And they're very specific, if that helps anybody out. Jesse P says is British for English.
Line.
For
Yeah,
line,
for
right.
line.
So where the lines.
Right.
Exactly
Exactly what Paul said. There's more people that want to get tested than there are tests. Exactly. That's exactly the answer why you have to wait in line. Right. Because there's a shortage.
And so here's what's crazy about that. And I got to say this. I was confused about people that wanted to get tested that didn't want to get vaccinated. So hear what I'm saying. When I wasn't trying to get vaccinated, I didn't care about getting tested. I'm like, why do I need to know if I don't care about getting vaccinated, right?
Yeah.
Then on the flip side, just take these 2 points real quick. If I'm vaccinated, then if I get COVID, I should be okay unless I feel like I'm going down. The crazy thing about lines and testing are there are people pretty much that are like, I want to get tested. And it's just like, for what? So what I've been noticing is they're like being picky on who they're testing. And they're profiling you for testing, where it's just like, yeah, we don't need to test you. Somebody asked Dr. Bryant, John Anna Bryant, they asked her about when they test, are they variant specific? And it's like, no, that's only with a deep dive if you're in the hospital, because then they'll want to know, was this Omicron? Because if Omicron's starting to put people behind the ventilator, that's when they're going to say, yo, you got to be careful, because even Omicron, the word out now is like, oh, Omicron kind of it hits you like a flu joint. You'll be all right in a couple of days. So it's like, okay, when you go in these lines and get tested, you're not getting tested on, you got Delta, you got Omicron, you got this. They're only saying you got COVID. Like, now which one it is, we don't know, but you got the thing test and you got COVID. Right. So it's like, the lines are filling up. I was kind of mad with Tina when she's like, oh, I want to go get tested. I'm like I figured they were going to say, yo, you're positive for COVID. So I was just kind of like, why you want to get tested now? You already sick. Just quarantine. let it
Right.
pass
If it
because
gets
you ain't in
worse,
the
we'll go to the
hospital.
hospital or whatever. Right. Exactly.
Oh
Right.
my goodness. What are we missing here? So, are you not using lateral flow tests at home? Just curious. So here's what's crazy. We got two tests because they were available at the pharmacy, and them joints is selling like crack, sis.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's gonna be hustle man on the street gonna be like, I got them COVID tests.
Right.
I
Well,
promise you.
I already seen somebody, they posted it from the Bronx that she works in the medical field, and she said that one of her friends will come to you. She said, my friend has tests, he'll come to you. Like, and I'm like, they already started with the hustle. Like,
Boom.
how, like, come on. Like,
And look
why?
at this here. There's
Come on.
also people wanting to get tested who
Right.
don't need to be tested.
Right.
That's a problem that I have where it's like, yo, you
Right.
don't need to be tested. Like I would have got tested today if they tested me for my wife's sake, but the girl was like, oh, she got COVID, you probably got it. Or
Right.
you probably
Exactly.
getting past
Right.
it. So I was just like, and here's the thing in my brain, I'm like, I don't want to waste the test just to find
Right.
out I'm positive and I'm just going to go home, quarantine, get up,
Correct.
ride the bike in the morning, drink,
Right.
chicken soup. And when I'm over, I'm
Right.
over quarantine. And when I feel good, I'm going to go back out. I don't need
Right.
to get tested to do that. I'm going to do that anyway. So, there are a lot of people just pulling up to these joints like, I want to get tested. It's like, for what? Well, I got a sniffle. Okay, like, put the
Right.
mask on.
Right.
This is really getting crazy, and I'm just like, I'm always like a mover on whatever
Yeah.
life is throwing at you. It's like, okay, how can we make the best out of it? How can we make lemonade out of it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Paul,
yeah.
what do we have here? There are schools and businesses that are requiring you to be tested before coming back from the holiday. Okay,
Yeah.
Stanford University is basically shut down because so many student staff came back from the holidays positive. The prices in the store are going up. Absolutely.
Right.
Them joints gonna go up like cam links.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly that. You're going to see it on Facebook Marketplace. All the prices are going to be gone. What is it? The surge pricing
Oh
is
yeah.
going to go up like triple, and it's like, I don't. So the one thing, so back in October, there was a thing in that they had at the bank, and I had to go up to the corporate office for an event. And the way they set up the bank, because it's a big corporation, was legit. Like they had us separated 6 feet. We all kept our masks on, and then where they had us sit, there was even plexiglasses. They had us in the conference room, so it was like as safe as it can get, obviously, for a work environment.
Right.
And so even with all of that, I got a call the next day, and they were like, listen, you have to go get tested because you were exposed to someone that had COVID. Now, this is going back in October. Okay. So I was like, all right. And again, I'm remote. I work from home, but it happened to be the weekend. Actually, it was Halloween because I went to Jersey City to see my sister and my niece for Halloween. So I get the call on Monday. I spent the night in Jersey City with my sister and my niece and my mom. So I'm with my family and I get the call. So everybody was like, no, because now obviously they're worried, right? Like, because now I'm around them or whatever. We start driving. I start to look for the COVID tests to get tested. Where we were at in Jersey City to get a rapid test, $60. We couldn't find a place that was free anywhere in Jersey City. So now I'm getting annoyed because I'm like, all right, I started. So for me, I'm always thinking from a manager's perspective, right? So for me, the leader in me and the manager in me said, honestly, this is BS. From a corporation standpoint, if you're going to bring your employees in for whatever function that you have, and if obviously, right, because of what the world is, there is a very high probability that someone may come in that has COVID. So there's going to be a probability that your employees will be exposed by another employee. If you're requiring that we come in and then we do get exposed, I feel that it's a corporation's job to then have on-site tests. I spent an entire day looking for a test to get tested, and I was cursing my job out. I was like, this is ridiculous. I need to send in a feedback. Because had they said come to the corporate office, we have a test on site. Or if they had a partnership with a doctor's office or something like that. Like, we're a bank, we hold accounts for hospitals, right? Like, that's the business that we're in. So we have partnerships with doctors, with hospitals. So it's like, and I feel that that should be done with any big corporation or even employer. Have a certain amount. So like the government, the same way they went and they did the PPP, right, when COVID happened, that they gave all the employers funding. I feel like every employer should have COVID tested on hand.
Yes.
Where if an employee is required to go in for those frontline employees and now they get exposed to someone on the job, that should be the employer's responsibility to provide the at-home test or the test, or send me somewhere. I got to go wait in line, or I got to do this, or I got to pay out of pocket. So if I would have done the rapid test, I would have had to pay the $60 out of pocket, submitted an expense claim. So they were going to pay me back, but it's still, I felt like an unnecessary hassle.
Wow.
Here we are. They send that email that I told you earlier this week that they, possibly may be doing the mandate. In the bottom of that email, they also said, we're in the process of acquiring rapid tests that will be distributed throughout our footprint, where if you are exposed, we will have them on hand. And I'm like, oh, so somebody had the light bulb go off and now they're going to do it. So I guess it's better late than never. But I think that that's a big thing too, that if they were more readily available in multiple avenues where they should be available, right? Like, because people is not as lucky like me and you that we get to work from home and stuff like that. Some people actually have to go in. Those employers should be required to have a certain amount of tests on hand to provide for their employees.
Wow. Look, Richard just dropped something that's the bright outlook of possibility. And it kind of seems like that could make sense. So without judgment on vaccinated, unvaccinated, masked, unmasked, all things kind of work together for good. Or, without misapplying scripture, we could just be in for a bigger rut than we even see. But there is an analysis, this is not about fact check. I haven't fact checked it, but it was a thought that I was thinking about too, where he, like what he's saying here is that at this point, we could be going towards like some kind of end because, there could work some kind of immunity, amongst, I hate to use the word herd immunity, but it could get down to that. And I think that selfishly and unselfishly, people were looking at that to happen, kind of waiting in the cut to say, hey, I can kind of hibernate until this gets better or until, this, that, or happen. I was just sensitive about those who are dying. And the crazy thing is, I heard someone say, a doctor say today, they were like, if everybody just took and put the masks on, right? He was like, forget vaccination stuff. He was like, if everybody just put the mask on, right, for like 4 weeks, we could isolate it in every area and die this thing down and, keep a hold on it, with the sanitation that we're doing and whatever. It's just, but I'm like, America's just never going to think like that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I was at an ATM machine and this, this woman, she, out this way, whatever. But, I'm like, hey, how you doing? She's like, hey, the mask on your face, it messes with your breathing and it's carbon monoxide. So, and I'm just like, thank you, ma'am, but I know what I'm doing and I'm not around people. So I have extended moments that I don't need a mask because I'm not around nobody. But out here with you, with your cigarette and your exhaust coming out of your car, I ain't worried about COVID. I'm worried about your cigarette and the exhaust out of your car. And you telling me to take the mask off. I'm like, do your thing. Then she drives off without a seatbelt. I'm just like, yeah, like I'm really going to listen to you.
You got some other things that you got to kind of worry about that may
but look, here's the funny kicker. Elo threw a stab at you too. He was like,
always listen.
Everybody's going to do that. Yeah, everybody's going to do that. And don't let Diana show up because she's really going to cuss you out.
I know.
But here's the kicker. Okay, the problem is virus love to mutate. And as long as there are unvaccinated people, the virus has the advantage. I do believe that, Paul. Now, that is one thing I don't push, but that's a fear that I have, where it's like it's always going to find a way to start. It's like those alien movies or something where it's just like, oh, we killed the zombie or something like that, but it always jumps into another vulnerable body. You know what I'm saying? So it just keeps it going. And I think that the trust in America on vaccination and different things, it's going to take a long time for a level to trust, or the workout of itself is going to take an extended time at the rate we're going. Now listen to what I'm about to say. And this is, y'all just put the thumbs up if you agree with this in some kind of way, shape, or form, or just say, I feel you on that. Don't mean you have to agree, but just say, I feel you on this. Listen to what I'm about to say. I was kind of looking at it like, CDC, what in the ham sandwich are y'all talking about? And here's my thought. I watch people that I've been around for different reasons, right? When vaccination came in my bowling league, it was kind of like the gentleman's agreement that, okay, at the beginning, it's like, okay, you got to wear masks. We're going to separate the lanes. Your team only bowls on that lane, this, that, and the third. And we stay like separated. Go throw your ball, put your mask back on. Then when the CDC says, hey, if you're vaccinated, you can be around vaccinated people without your mask. The problem is, I'm like, and then you got the people on the other side of the table that's like, oh, just because you vaccinated, I know people that got vaccinated that died and got COVID and stuff. And I'm like, Slowski, are you listening to yourself? If vaccinated people are getting COVID too, then that means that the mask is the best solution, which you don't want to put on. But because you know I'm vaccinated, you feel better being in the room with me vaccinated. And because you don't have to show that you're vaccinated or not, you can just walk in a restaurant where the sign says, if you're vaccinated, you can unmask. If you're not vaccinated, we suggest that you put your mask on, right? Well, even though I'm vaccinated, I still kept my mask on around people because I'm like, whether you vaccinated or not, I don't know if you got COVID. And if you ain't being tested, then you spreading it. So then people started gathering like, hey, everybody in here is vaccinated. We were at an event and my spiritual mom, the Lee family, right? Okay, Mama Lee and Pop Lee. We went to a couples event and they said everybody has to show proof of vaccination. Good. And it was a nice event for the Christmas holidays where it's like, look, we want everybody to enjoy this with your mask off, right? Good. So if you weren't vaccinated, you couldn't come. That's good. But thinking about it in hindsight, I could have walked in there with Omicron. Right? So now we got two problems. We all think we good because everybody vaccinated. But at the same time, everybody can still get sick. Because we don't have masks on. So, Siobhan, you feel me? You feel me on that? Siobhan was there. Her and her husband was there. So we get it. It's like, I felt totally safe. And I respect what Mom Lee and Pop Lee did. I was cool with it. I wouldn't have changed it. But I'm just saying now, having got Omicron, right? Having gotten COVID, I'm just thinking, well, what if, I'm like, okay, I'm vaccinated. They didn't require us to get tested. So whether you vaccinated or not, now the test problem is getting worse because now you got to still get tested whether you got vaccinated or not. So now the test is a bigger thing. But then if we're not masking, then the probability of testing positive is bigger. And here's the bigger problem. If I came to your house, let's just say you needed me over the weekend, right? And you said, yo, bro, I got an emergency. Can you come past and help me out with something? Well, I was fine New Year's Day. I was fine in the morning. I didn't feel nothing until later on. So if I hung out with you on New Year's Day morning and then got sick on New Year's evening, then I would have to say, yo, I'm sick. Now, you're Jack because you like, oh, snap. I don't know, because me and Keith was just talking up in here and you understand what I'm saying? So it's like, it's real tricky right now where people who are pissed off with the masking, they're now saying double up. So vaccinated or unvaccinated, I'm telling people the mask is serious. So start making them joints look sexy and put them on Wash your
Right.
freaking hands, because vaccinated or not, this joint is just jumping around. This joint is just jumping. So
Right.
that's
Right.
just, I don't know how to play that. I don't know how to play
Mhm.
that. It's just crazy, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So, and look at Paul's point. To dine in a restaurant, you have to prove vaccination. That's
Well, January 3rd, they did that in Philly. In Philly, they just made it. They put the mask, the mandate. Well, not the mask. Well, yeah, prove vaccination, the same thing. So all indoor dining in Philly now, you're required to prove your vaccination as of January 3rd.
But here, now to your defense, you're not vaccinated. But here's the thing. Let's just say me and you, we were like, oh, we're going to meet up in Philly. And
Right.
we kind of forgot. We go in there, we go to the door, and they like, oh, proof of vaccination. I'm like, oh,
Right.
I got proof of vaccination. Oh, she don't. But here's the
Right.
deal. If it's you, me, and Tina like, oh, we vaccinated, and you like, no, y'all go ahead and eat or whatever, we can still go in there and come out with COVID.
Right.
Because you're not saying rapid test before you come in the restaurant.
Right.
See,
Right.
that's the problem, because every restaurant I've been to where they were like, oh, vaccination and, mask on. When we went to New York, we had to show proof of freaking vaccination. And I was laughing. Me and Tina went to a
Right.
restaurant, and dude was like, proof of vaccination. Pulled it
Right.
out, showed the
Right.
proof, whatever. Everybody in there is vaccinated. But I mean, people at the bar, they talking, You
Right.
just spreading stuff all around the room. So I'm
Right.
like, it's the masking is, look, I'm a home chef right about now. Heck, we're
Right.
going out. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Make your house comfortable and enjoy. You better really feel good at home. Make it real comfy
Oh
and
my
good and
gosh.
enjoyable. Cause yeah.
So Paul says cloth masks aren't as helpful with the Omicron. You got to be right, man, because I always have my
The
neck
the
gaiter
neck
up.
gaiter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
a dope mask. It's like I call it like a light Bane mask. It's
Yeah,
dope.
yeah.
And I got it from my boy Charles Lundy. He probably doesn't know it, but I copped him. I saw him. He's a awesome musician, bass player, everything. But I saw that mask and I was like, yo, I'm gonna get that joint. And I found out which one it was, and I ordered me one, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get a couple of these, because they come with the N95 inserts. So it's kind of like a double up, and it's got like a dope, like a Keith Pelzer style, like,
Nice.
oh, that's a dope mask. So,
Yeah.
I'm going to do that. But look,
Yeah.
let me switch. I don't do restaurants at this point. You might as well not. I mean, just get takeout.
Right.
Enjoy your house. I want to switch gears before I sign off. So what I want to do, and you probably haven't met Daryl, but Daryl's a pastor too, musician as well. So me and him are pretty much alike. We have our beautiful wives. We have our, we play Hammond B3. We sing, we preach, we pastor, and we're in the tech. He's an eCam guy as well. Got
Okay.
him a dope mic. He knows how to set the camera and stuff up. What I want to do is very soon, I want us all to jump on, even if we do it like just 3 at a time. And like I said
Yeah.
before, I want us to say, this is what I'm using. And like I said, it's not a piss and match on, what's funny? I just disconnected this mic. This is my favorite mic. The best mic in
That's
the
your
house.
baby.
I was just like,
Yep.
look, I'm on this SM7B, just something I can yell into and whatever. I'm just going to keep that, right?
Yeah.
And your mic sounds freaking wonderful, right?
Thank you.
We're Sony people, so
Right.
but then there's some Canon people, some Canonites. I just
Yeah.
want people that they got a good setup, they look good, we love it. It's just say what you got. I don't care if you're using a light from Walmart.
Right.
Just say I light my joint from Walmart, or I use my cell phone beneath my chin. Everybody that sees you right now, they see a good looking picture. They hear you loud and clear. It's dope. Good. You we can even talk about our backgrounds. Like your steps are right there in your background.
Yep.
Boom.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For me, I like highlighting, the window maybe, or if I change the camera, I'll have deliberately showing something else. I
Right.
want to help people on, yo, this is how to have a better looking broadcast, you know, or if you're just in Zoom with your company, your church, you know, like your presentation for Zooms is fire, man.
Thank you.
It's fire. Like you are a beast on that. So, you know, I want to do that. Wait a minute, Paul. You see Paul?
I can't. I'm done. I'm reading the comments.
Killing you.
I'm reading the comments.
I am impressed that you have been able to create a very realistic AI of India. Impressive. Oh my gosh. I'm trying. What else did I have on here? Okay, did you see Daryl's comment about a church selling their building due to COVID? This is getting real serious for Congress. Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely, Siobhan. There are people that are like, yo, it's not beneficial to keep this joint open because people don't feel safe coming back into a building. So, segueing back into what I was saying there, right on that point.
I think even with what you're saying, like back to your stuff, like, you know, what you got, your space, how you go ahead and, you know, like you like to feature different things. You have your different angles and stuff like that. I think it's what also follows into that is also making a space as functional outside of, let's say, your streaming setup to what you're going to do for other things. So for instance, you know that I have my bike right in the background because I'm also going to set this up. Well, I started to set it up for my Zwift setup. And so for me, right, listen.
Let's go. Let's do it. So since you've come alive, we're going to do that. We're going to do it. We're going to do an Ecamm Zwift setup.
Oh, we need to. Yes. But for me, like, right, making this space functional. So this is my live streaming, but this is also my office space. I have a 32-inch ultra wide that I use for the bank for, you know, my mortgage stuff. And then obviously on my live streaming and then my bank presentations for Zoom, the way you said, right? Then behind me, you see I got the bike. So that's my bike. It's on a smart trainer. And so I have the wall. And so it's facing the wall. And I have all my posters, all my, you know, motivational things. And I said, and I can fit like a little love seat in the corner where you don't see it. And that's the plan. I'm going to put a love seat because that behind the bike is an actual full-size bathroom. So I was like, all right, this is an actual chill spot. My basement fully finished. How can I keep it so that when I live stream or when I do my business presentations, I also can keep it like where people can come and hang out, right? And so I was like, all right, what do I do? What do I do? I like all my stuff looking good. I like the presentation. I like my background because it's a representation of me. And so I thought about getting a projector. So I got a projector screen. I got a projector. And so behind, and I measured that posters of the Brooklyn Bridge, and it's 60 inches from, you know, corner to corner. So I was like, all right, I can fit a 60-inch TV there. So what I did was I got a 70-inch projector screen and I mounted it to the ceiling because you saw my basement has low ceilings. I mounted it to the ceiling. And so when I want to get on Zwift or just even I play Call of Duty. Oh my God, listen, the projector, that's life. Down here in the basement, that's the real reason why you guys haven't seen me because I've just become a recluse.
So you need a friend Isaiah on that. He plays that, him and his friends. You right.
Man, listen. But all it is that the projector screen's there. So if I get up, I pull it down, my projector screen's down, I turn all the lights off. Fully functional. I got my one IKEA Poang chair and I can just chill, or my Zwift setup. So I have my screen, but then when I want to get back online, I pull the projector screen back up and you wouldn't know unless you're here in the house.
Gotcha.
So it's also keeping a space for you. I think that's important where people feel like, oh, I don't have the space for it because I only have a living room. It's like, well, how can you make something that's functional for everyday use or for other uses and not just a live streaming setup, but making it universal where it's like, all right, like a transformer, the way you said earlier, today is going to be a live streaming setup, then it's going to be an office setup, and then other days it's just going to be a chill hangout spot.
Right. Right. And you know what? So what we'll do is we'll go live again and specifically take Q&A on, cause you're a person I know you could do it. It's like, okay, I got sliders, jibs, all this and that, but I want to break it down where if you ask me to come on to your work, team and say, oh, here's my boy Keith, and he's going to tell you about a microphone. I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh, look at my jib. And it's like, they don't need to know all of that. Like, they just want to know. I just like Tina, her setup, she just sits right in front of the camera And
She
as
got a
much
laptop, right?
all the
Does she have a
crap that I
screen, or she
got,
just uses the laptop?
so she's got the 2 screens up here. She's got the work computer, her Mac. You know, I got her the new Mac, right? Which I'm hating because she's got it, and I'm like, she ain't doing nothing with it. But she's got that sitting over the side. I bought her the mic from Colorware. She barely uses it. You know, she barely puts the AirPods in. You know what I'm saying? And only when I know she has a big call, I set her up with the stuff or bring the ZV-E10 up there. And they're like, oh, girl, look at you. Woo!
Right.
And then she's like, that's my husband. And then on Monday, she's like back there on that stupid camera and the whack mic
on the
and
laptop
stuff.
screen. Exactly. Right. Like,
Some people don't care. But for presenters who are really trying to up it, again, our motto is people hear about what they see. That's just correct. That's bottom line. And like a flow that you and I have is you want to connect with people where you take the stick away of, oh, you look good. And it's like, daggone well with your phone, it's not up to par there. Like invest. Like what I want to go at people with is stop being cheap. Just don't be cheap. But we don't want to do you gotta buy what everybody else got. So like, you're going to spend a bigger dollar,
but make an investment. Make an investment in you, right? Like I think that there's a difference between breaking the bank or keeping up with the Joneses. I love to talk about keeping up with the Joneses because everybody want to keep up with the Joneses.
But wait, India, put it this way. Perfect example between me and you. We could go through our rooms and agree that I'm not going to buy that and you're not going to buy that. My son will love your basement. Like, I want to play GTA on her screen. He'll be like, man, Dad, little 51 ain't doing nothing compared to Aunt India's. Like, you know what I'm saying? But that works for you. Caleb will love to sit at your house. If I sit Caleb over there to stay with you, he'll be like, oh, can I go back to India's house? She got the big screen. I don't need that big screen. But on the flip side, there's other setups. Like you and I, we're on the same page. It's funny you doing it. I got my setup for Zwift, and I got a photo set up in the garage, and I'm going to put a slider in there so that when I go on Zwift, I can go on Zwift live to encourage people to get into the biking.
So what I was thinking about with that, and we have to do, I know we're totally going off topic, but what I was thinking about for me was going back to green screen, because I've seen a few comments on Let's Get Live, people talking about green screen, and a few people have tagged me, India has a great green screen setup. And I'm not, I love my basement now. But then I was like,
everybody thought that was a freaking painted wall.
Right, they did. But then I was like, yo, in that wall right there, I can set up a green screen behind my bike, light it up the way I do, because we all know I do green screen super dope.
Yes.
And then put behind me the screen, right? So like put a camera facing in front of me and then put behind me the screen of where I'm biking so you can see it. So I've been thinking about that too. Like that'll be dope to then start vlogging, my training and things like that and getting up there with the green screen and that setup. So yeah.
Now,
we on the same page.
This is going to be fun. It's a lot to do now. I think that if we help people to up it, because it really gets me on how many people are still like, they got the phone up right, they're trying to go live. I'm like, unless you're Beyonce, Rihanna, Oprah, Mariah Carey, somebody, Obama, you can get away with that. But if you're confused on like why my lives aren't up to par, it's like, yo, the investment is not that big. Like, spend the money, like just go ahead and do it. But I want to do the simplistic first, and then have the, if you want to go to the next
level, right? Level, like here, class A, class B, or whatever it is, and that's it. Siobhan said, "What's that joint you got in the garage?" She talking about your Zwift setup with the bike. What's she talking about?
Oh yeah. So you saw the picture? Did you see our Christmas pictures?
No, I don't think.
Saw them. Yeah. With the red on.
I noticed with the background, because you just put a white background, so like that when you take the professional pictures, I got you. Yeah, I noticed that. So
here's
too.
the background though. You're gonna like this. So the background in the garage is a how can I say it? It's this thing from Lazio Light. Manfrano has taken them over or something. I think that's the name of the company. And what it does is you put the two lights in it right on the sides. When you put the lights in on the sides, it lights the whole thing. So it's about this wide. You put the lights in and you face the lights to the back white, and then it pushes through like a softbox so that the whole background is lit so you never get a shadow.
Nice. Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
And so so now the bike sits in front of that. So when I throw the camera on the bike, you have no shadow. You got all me.
Yeah.
You have a softbox in front of it. TV's over here. So when I set the computer up in the garage, I'll just take and run an input in the Ecamm from out of the Apple TV, a straight shot, and then a camera or two on me. So then I can move those two around, you know.
Thinking about doing the same thing. Yeah.
Exactly, right? The microphone. But for pictures, it's dope because now you don't have to worry about fighting with the light. Then you can put color in there, the whole nine, and it literally does it. Oh, look at that. You just got banned. Come on, Ecamm. See that? When you see that shenanigans come up, you just be like, boom, knock them right out of there. See that? You saw that? Did you see it?
I saw. Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah. Somebody had got me one time real good. Portable green screen.
Available.
I had the Elgato green screen. I gave it away.
Listen, you know, I always using Dr. Elo messing with me, talking about 95% amazing. The other 5% in the lower right corner. It's true. That corner was, y'all wasn't supposed to see the corner. However, what I used was a green cloth. Listen, because you don't need nothing fancy. I had whatever. But it was a green cloth. And what's important with the green screen is you can use anything. So you can literally go to Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Walmart where they sell fabric and get the yardage that you need and get green cloth, like Christmas color green. That's all you need. So you can cut it to the yardage. The most important thing with the green screen is that it has to be taut. And not even crazy, but it has to be taut enough. And then it is a good amount of lights. And it don't have to be like crazy lights, but it has to be. So like when I had my green screen set up, I had 2 lights on the bottom from the bottom facing up so that it took care of the shadows from the bottom up. And then I had my lights that were for me, but they were strong enough that they focused on me, but also did the overcast behind me. So it was 4 lights because it was 2 lights just for the green screen bottom up, and then the 2 lights for me down. And then with it being taut enough and enough space, that was it. And then you just mess with the little levels on Ecamm or whatever. If you're using OBS, there's a slider that you can just have the green screen go up or down depending on the intensity and just messing around with it. And that's it. You don't need to spend money on a green screen. The most money that you would spend if you were going to use the green screen is having the lights in the right spot. Yes. But even it don't have to be expensive lights. They can be workshop lights, honestly. Right. They just have to be bright enough and wide enough to cast the space that you want. And that's it.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's I was good at the green screen. I just got bored with it. So, I was like, and then I just happened to figure the room out with the window and stuff. And, I just had people say, oh, I like the way your setup is. And I'm like, all right, cool. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's it. I agree. Yeah.
But yeah, there are needs for green screens, definitely. Yep. Another thing I recommended to people was the black pull-up screen. I have one of those. So every now and then I'll just do the black pull up. Yeah. They have a white one, and then the white one is not real good because you do have to light it from the back because it's kind of see-through. But then the Elgato green screen, that was one of the best ones I had, but I just didn't need it. So I gave it to somebody. But yeah, people have to know how to light them joints. If you don't light them right, you just have the ghost of whatever going on, and it's the most annoying thing. When people like, are you like a ghost in heaven or something, or are you here? Like, I'm not sure, Paint the wall green like my mama's house.
That works. I guess
Elo said just paint it green, like, paint the green wall. Oh man, girl, look, this was fun. I had a ball.
Yes.
So anybody, if you're here, you got any tech questions, you got me.
Let us know.
You got me and India on here. So if you got any tech questions, anything you see her doing that you like, let her know. Subscribe to her page. She will be back on it. So she does exist.
I will be back on it.
She does exist. Yeah. If you got any Ecamm questions, Hey, what about the Stream Deck? Are you still doing the Stream Deck
I
training?
need to do it. Yeah. I mean, I know I saw some comments this week too. People I think got tired of waiting. Let's see what shade Paul is gonna throw my way.
Okay.
Um I figured I would do. I mean, it don't hurt to put it out there, right? Because you put it out there, people either say that they want it or don't want it. But I still have that intention. It was just, buying a house, obviously that's a big thing. And I was like, I thought what had happened was, oh, I bought the house, I moved in, I'm good. And no, it has been still an ongoing process. It's been what, 6 months? It's been 8 months since I bought the house. April 30th, I closed. And it's like all the time. I still have to do the bedrooms. Like it's just an ongoing thing. And it just took a lot more time that I expected. And then also for me, like I'm new to Philly. So it was also exploring a new town and making new community between the cycling team and even like with me and you and stuff like that. That was like real life really just kind of took place. And then I switched jobs. It was like a lot for me.
Yeah.
All good stuff.
You
All
just
good
going through
stuff.
stuff. I'm glad I came
Amazing
by when
stuff,
I
but
did. I happened to be
yeah,
over that way, and I really thought we
yeah,
were opening, and I thought I was going to see you more and more often, and then it was just like, nah,
I know.
And so
And then we tried to get together to cycle, and then it was like our schedules. But now we got
yeah,
to do it for 2022.
because you be
Listen,
trying to
we got
jump
to get
curves
together.
and stuff and whatever. So,
Yo.
oh, I got a set of off-road wheels if you need them, but you ride carbon, so you ain't gonna want
Yeah.
them.
Nah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna invest in a gravel bike this year because where my girl live in Connecticut, there's a lot of gravel trails too.
nice.
And so like when I go see her, there's actually more gravel trails in Connecticut than where there are road trails.
Okay,
So it's
good.
kind of frustrating because I don't feel as safe as I would out here to ride on a gravel trail on my bike. Like I
Good,
did that once
good
and I
excuse
slid.
to get another bike.
New
You
bike, N
always
plus one,
N
baby.
plus
N
one,
plus
baby. That's
one.
it. That's
That's
it.
it.
She
That's
said.
it. So,
She said to me, "Why you get another bike? Is that another bike?" I'm like, "Yeah." And you know what's
they don't
crazy?
know.
I
They
got a
don't know.
one by gravel bike, and I actually. So when we were on that New Year's Eve ride, I was just like, I was riding with some guys, and it was funny. I pulled up next to one of my homies. He had a a double, and he wants a single, and I got a single, and I want a double. And so we both were like,
Uh,
nah, you don't need it. Like he told me, nah, you don't need a double. And I'm like, yeah, you don't need a
right.
single.
Right.
But then we're laughing because I did like almost 3,000 feet of climbing. I'm talking steep hills out
Yeah.
here on
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
gravel
Yeah.
bike. I got me some zips on it, and I was going up.
Yeah.
I was fine. Like, I got an oval ring, so it's kind of easy to
Yeah.
turn up a little bit.
Yeah.
Only the problem is when you switch, you don't get that comfortable gear, but I can get a cadence anywhere.
Right.
So I don't have a problem. And then going downhill, if you go fast downhill, I just
Yeah.
don't do a lot of downhill fast on a gravel bike. Now on a
Okay.
road bike,
Yeah.
I'll
Out.
just torch down
Out.
60 miles per hour if you let me, right?
Out. I
I'll,
know.
I'll be on
Out.
422 out there. It's a big hill out this way. I go zooming down that joint in front of a truck. But on a gravel
No.
bike, oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But on a gravel bike, hell no. I ain't do
Yeah.
gravel bike on them bumps and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
the drop bars and I'm
Right.
kind of watching that speed. So,
Yeah.
woo, yeah, gotta be careful with that. Any
Yeah.
Zwifters out here? If you are a Zwifter, let me know so I can friend you on Zwift. If
That's
you
it.
don't know what that means, then don't
Then
worry
you're
about
not a
it.
Zwifter.
Right,
Exactly.
right.
Then you're not a Zwifter.
Yeah,
If you don't know what that means, then
if you don't know, like, what is Zwift? Like, never mind, don't worry
right.
about it.
If
Yeah,
we've
yeah.
lost your interest in the last 5 minutes that we started talking about gravel and carbon and all of that stuff, then
Yeah.
never
Strava,
mind.
anybody on Strava, let me in
Right.
India know so we can hold you accountable on Strava, So
That's
we're-
it. I love you too, Paul. Paul is still with the shade. He said, I like that she is streaming again.
Exactly.
anyone's
See, you're
your
back.
girlfriend.
You are
I am
back.
back.
I
I
knew
am.
I could always count on you. You're back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
All
back.
right.
I'm excited.
All right. We shot the breeze. I did what I was
That's it. It was
going to
good.
do. And
Tell Tina I said hello, send her my love. We gotta link up.
I'm about to
soon.
make her a hot toddy and go upstairs because she probably in there.
Yeah.
I need some chicken soup. I can't do that. Look, sick. I just gotta keep moving. Siobhan's going to
That's it.
stab me for talking bad about Tina, but I'm like, I can't do the lay down and stay in the bed, John. And
Yeah. Listen, I'm telling you, as soon as I started feeling better, so Angie went back home on Sunday, And, Sunday was super nice. And I was like, I didn't want her to leave, but she was leaving. So I was looking at the time like, listen, you need to leave now. Because as soon as she left, I threw on my bike gear. I did 30 miles on the SRT. I went all the way up to right almost by you. I went up to past Valley Forge. Did 30 miles. That felt so good.
But wait. So let me ask you this. If you think you had COVID, do you think she could have it?
That's a possibility. I mean, but she's a nurse. She's an LPN. She's been, obviously she had to get vaccinated. And then when I told her, I was like, babe, you're going to get sick. Like I told her, she's like, I have a great immune system. I'm a nurse. Like she's around it all, which is true, but I don't know.
But good news though. So Angie, right?
Yeah.
So Angie just left the other day?
On Sunday. Yeah.
Okay. So here's the crazy thing. Does Angie have to test before she goes back into work?
You know what? She going to work tonight. I don't know.
So no, here's what's crazy. And this is y'all business, but it would be curious to know or do hit me, I keep it confidential, but I would be curious to find out if she contracted it from you or not. Like, because you might have just had a cold, and then if she does test positive, it might be like, yeah, you did have COVID, kind of like me and Tina.
Right.
You know what I'm
exactly,
saying?
Right. The confirmation. You get your confirmation through someone else. Exactly.
Yeah,
right.
But that'll be kind of crazy, to find out. Yeah, so Elo says nurses get tested all the time, so she may have to. Right. I'm just curious. That would be crazy because a friend of mine is like, he has a wife and two kids. Him and his daughter has it, but I guess the son and the wife doesn't have it. Right. So it's like, if your wife doesn't have it, she's not sick. Like, do you stay in the basement or not? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
I mean, she's been home since Thursday. She's been all right. She hasn't really and I told her, I said, you gonna get sick? You better hope. And she's like, no, I'm fine. Yeah.
She's probably right. I mean,
What you gonna do?
Yeah, I don't know. You're right. What are you going to do?
What you gonna do? Right.
So what else did you do new up in there? I see you got the TV thing popping off. Any other little trinkets and stuff you threw in the house?
No. That the biggest thing was just getting, because I knew that the cold season was starting, and I knew so I joined KRT QRT, which is Queens Rule Together cycling club out here, and they stopped really back in December. They'll do every now and again group rides, but everybody kind of minimizing the group rides outside because of the cold. So I wanted to make sure that I got my indoor set up for when it gets real bad. So that was a priority. I did get a new living room set, so I kind of heard David shouting out my whole government. Yes, David, thank you for telling everyone my government name. Hi, David. But no, I got a new living room set that I got right before Thanksgiving. I was very excited. Furnished my living room. And that's it. I got a new car. I traded in my Acura for a BMW, an X1. I did get and the reason why, listen, first world problems. But I was like, when I really started getting into cycling and started commuting back and forth between my house and Connecticut, I was like,
SUV.
Nah, I can't. Taking off this wheel is for the birds. I'm not going to do that. And so I had issues with the Acura, the engine blew. I had a handful of issues. So I was looking for a reason. And so once I hit 60,000 miles, there was some other stuff. I said, listen, I'm going to trade it in. So I got an X1, which is the smallest version of their
But you need an SUV. You got your little bike hitch on there?
Yo, I put the back.
Did you get a one
back.
up? Did you get okay, you didn't put a bike rack on the back, did you?
No, I don't need to. Not right now. I don't need to, because it's just my one bike, and literally it's big enough
to fit in
and
there.
Because it's just me, right? It's not like I'm traveling with anybody else, that I keep the back seats down and I just slide the bike in, and it is perfect. So I throw my gear in there, and 9 times out of 10, when the weather's good, I will leave from my house. I like to leave from my house. I'm not afraid of cycling in the streets. Because there are bike lanes in Philly. You are driving next to the cars. I'm not I leave at 6 o'clock in the morning. So it's not crazy traffic. I'm not leaving at 7, 8 when it's super rush hour or whatever. When it is bad, on Sunday, I knew everybody was going to be out. I drove. Where did we meet up? We went to Shawmount and Nixon. So right at the beginning, of the SRT out there, and then we parked or whatever. Tony, que lo que? Dímelo. But I got a new car. I got the SUV. Just a reason to, say, hey, I want a new car.
Wait,
and that's it.
David says he got tested twice in the last few weeks. Where in the ham sandwich are you getting tested?
Right.
Jeez. Elo says I get tested 3 times a week.
Because Dr. Elo is in the military. He works for the Coast Guard, so he needs to shut up. They gonna test him, and he has access. So shut up, Dr. Elo.
Gracious,
I mean, thank you for your service. I love you, but he's not like us. But
no, Tony, it started off with COVID, so it wasn't so great.
Right. Exactly.
Started off with COVID, and India's undetermined as well.
Yes. But,
she had COVID. She got through it.
I think I had COVID last year, honestly. But anyway,
she had that Omarion up in the crib.
Right.
Omarion. That's what we call in the hood. Like, you got that Omarion? Yep, yeah. I got that Marion. Hey, you heard about the French variant? I call it that wee wee.
Like, yo, I saw that today too. That is now they just got a new variant is in France or whatever. I'm like, I don't. What are you gonna do? Again, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna stop smiling. I'm gonna just put a smile on my mask and just leave it on. Call it a day.
That's it.
I was thinking. I'm like, I was going to literally just get a scuba gear and just put the joint around. I'll be walking around like Bane from Batman, just like,
right. I see you, Batman. Right.
That's going to be my new job. I'm going to just walk around with air tanks like that way. I ain't breathing nothing in. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the way we get now. It's like, I'm not breathing anyway, so. All right. Hey, people, any tech questions, feel free to ask us. If not, we're going to sign off. If you see anything, because listen, sometimes people don't get the opportunity. They'll look and they'll be like, oh, what kind of mic you using? What kind of cameras that? What kind of lens? What kind of lights? All of that stuff, So if anybody has those questions, let us know. If not, you can always catch India. Well, not always, but you can catch her. Are you going to be back live on Saturdays again?
I am. Who was I? I think it was Paul in the group today. I said that I was going to come back. So I'm going to start on Saturday evenings again, ladies night, a live stream. And I just want to, get a structure together.
So, or we can jump on Wednesdays.
Let's do it. Yeah. Let me know.
It don't have to be that long. We just jump on, just pop on like. Boom.
I'm down.
What's up? Down. You know what I'm saying? Like Keith from the Puerto Rican. You know what I'm saying?
You stupid. Well, and I reached out to some people. Like I reached out to David Blackman and stuff. So one of the things that Angie and I are actually going to do is we're going to do a podcast together. Nice. We're going to take advantage of Ecamm. So it's going to be, how Ecamm will give you the option to.
You got Angie set up already?
I gave her, because I had extra mics. So I had a Motu M2. Mm-hmm. Mixer is like the Focusrite, but it's called the brand is Motu. Mm-hmm. I gave her one of those. I gave her
a good camera.
I did. Well, I'm gonna give her the ZV-1 probably. I still got it, but I'm gonna give her the ZV-1 because it's just been sitting here. Literally, I just have it sitting, just.
Don't be half stepping on Ange now, okay? Don't.
But I got cameras because I can either give her the 5100 or the ZV-1. But yeah. And then I gave her what microphone? What's the microphone? I think you had the microphone. I know Robert Kennedy. Everybody had the microphone at the time. It has the grill is a black microphone, $99 microphone. It's from Rode.
Not the Sam. No, NT.
Rode.
Is it NT
Rode.
something?
No. It's a Rode microphone, $99.
I didn't have it.
It's an XLR. Yes, it's a real promise. But anyway, she has a good microphone. Whatever.
Wow. Damn, Paul getting you.
Yes.
Wait, David, what did he say? It took 45 minutes to get through the line. Okay, in Worcester,
Massachusetts, crazy.
They have a testing site where they put 1,500 plus people a day.
That's what I'm saying. It's like that out here in Philly. Exactly. Good night, Dr. Elo. But Angie and I are going to do a podcast together. We're going to, and I'm going to take advantage. Because Angie got like 50,000 followers on TikTok. Like Angie got, she doing the damn thing. She had taken a little break too. But Angie has a huge following. on TikTok. So what we're gonna do is the concept is because there's not a lot of exposure for the LGBT community, for lesbians, for minorities, for Black and Latina women in the
Mm-hmm.
LGBT community, or Black and Latinos in the LGBT community. So we're gonna do a podcast focused around that, and then also from dating your best friend, like what that talks, and so just relationship issues, but from again the LGBT perspective, and then on top of that being a minority, and
Mm-hmm.
then so certain topics like whether it's dating your best friend, long distance relation, like it's a lot of stuff like long
Mm-hmm.
distance, her being a lesbian and also being a mom, because people, like for her, people assume that she had kids with a man, like, and she just
Right.
became a lesbian. That's not it. She was married. Her and her ex-wife, they did in vitro, like they had a family together. So, talking about that, like the taboo and misconceptions and things like that. So that's something that we're going to kick off for 2022 in terms of content creation. So like I've been low key, but it's also been like things that I've like said, all right, when I do come back, I want to come back and really like come in strong and have a really good purpose. And I'm finally, because now that I switched banks, I am going to start a financial channel more on home ownership and for generational wealth and things like that. So there's stuff that I like have in my head that is like, all right, I'm gonna get this stuff cooking.
This is this is good. I'm glad you're saying that because I have, friends even from the
Yes, the
LGBT
pod mic. Thank
community.
you guys. The Rode pod mic.
Pop
I don't
mic.
know
Yep.
why. It's because I haven't been around. That's why I couldn't think of it. But that's what Angie has. So she got the pod mic. I gave her some lights. I gave her an Elgato key light. I gave her my blue compass mic stand. I'm gonna give her the ZV1. So she gonna have a good setup, and then
Got you.
dial in, take advantage of Ecamm, dial in, separate the audio files, do recordings, because then it's gonna be micro content where it'll be for YouTube. We'll put stuff on her TikTok channel, because then that'll help us get like people will immediately
Yeah,
follow us
if
just
you
from
get
her
them on
TikTok.
TikTok, they'll bounce. Like
Yeah.
Tina's a star on TikTok.
No, I didn't know that. Is she?
No, listen.
Is she
So if you follow
really?
Isaiah
Okay.
has over 500,000 views on just
Okay.
Tina yelling at him. Like on various, not on one, but
On various
multiple
ones.
ones.
Okay.
No, the kids said they were like, "Yo, if he leaves you, I got you." So
No.
Isaiah did a TikTok. He came in the room. I was sitting here, and Isaiah came in
Right.
here. He was like,
Yeah.
"Dad, just sit and flex." And I was just sitting there. I was just like,
Yeah.
and they was like, "Yo," it was a young white boy was like, "Oh, I can beat him down. I got you, mama." I was like, "Yo, like
No.
no, these kids are so we have fun. Like the
Like
four
the
of
Tina.
us,
That's funny.
we do some of the silly stuff, and people, if you want to laugh, we got TikToks where when Tina makes steak for the kids, they beat the steak.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Isaiah just walks up on Caleb. He's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Mom said I could beat the meat." And then Isaiah flips it to showing Tina at her work desk, and he catches her in the moment going. And so it's like Isaiah edits these joints, and
Right.
like
Right.
one
Right.
little
Yeah.
joint
Yeah.
will be
Yeah.
like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, I'm beating the meat." And then you see Tina like,
Oh,
and
I
then
gotta
it goes
find it.
back
I
to
gotta
Caleb
find
going
it. Yeah.
bang,
Yeah.
bang,
Yeah.
bang, bang, bang. And then Isaiah's like, "Wow, Mom." No, the Christmas episode, she did the tree,
Yeah.
and she was fussing because she was like, "Where'd y'all put my blue balls at?" So Isaiah captures that, and he makes a whole
And then just
TikTok
uses that.
about blue
Exactly.
balls. And it's
Right.
like,
Right. Right.
yo, it's over 300,000 to about, no, one of them is almost up to like 750.
What? That's crazy.
750,000. And then you know how they relink you
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
somebody
Yeah.
will find you?
Right.
He's got relinked or re-hit on
Yeah.
multiple posts. So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
That's dope.
he's out of here with it. I'm sitting there like, yo, I need you to hook me up. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like
Exactly.
get my
Exactly.
viewership up on YouTube.
That's it.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
suggestion, anybody watching, if you have not subscribed to the Convo channel, please go ahead and hit the
There
subscribe
you go.
button or
Hit
put the
that like
thumbs
and
up.
subscribe button.
Yeah,
There you
I
go.
really appreciate that. But yeah, I'm so look, you hit a point that I like because I was helping a friend out, and why I have my different position on different things, nothing deep,
Yeah.
right? It was a whole set, and it's straight LGBT, but it's four guys, and they deal with, I'm trying to help them produce it. I was trying to help them produce it, and I'm just kind of like, all right. And they're like, oh, you a pastor, so we don't want to bother you. Just need help with the camera. And I was like, all right. I said, listen, okay, don't worry about me being a pastor. Let me help y'all out. But my argument was, it's like, if you're not going to be RuPaul, then don't like find the lane and have the conversation.
Correct.
Right. And then be confident about what you want to talk about. But don't keep coming from the angle of defense. You know, because it gets boring. You understand what I'm saying? Or if you're going to be funny, make sure you funny. Like, get funny. Like, if you just want to go all out flamboyant, then be flamboyant. If you want to go all out on nobody likes us, then do that. But like, find a lane that works, or just be the natural that you and your partner are accepted for, and go there. You understand what I'm saying? Especially in this world, in this environment. And I think that something that you and I do well is we know how to plan, but we know how to wing it.
Right. Go off topic and just let it flow. Like, if it's a topic, like, just, all right, we got this. It's just, let's make it happen. Keep talking.
Let me use you and Tina as a perfect example. I watch both of y'all in work realm, right? I've seen a work realm on y'all. Kevin, what's going on, bro? I've seen y'all in work realm, and I laugh at you with your bank gear on, with the vest and the tie and stuff. I'm laughing, but I know the serious, I don't know you fully on it, but I seen you in serious business mode, and I'm like, yo, dope, right? Then Tina, she leads a whole team for one of the largest Black-owned lending companies, and she's dead serious on it. She goes in. But I can bring Tina in this room, and one day soon, whenever you come here to sit, and I'll take this mic and you sit this one up, or you bring your Lewitt and we plug it up, and me and you up in this room chilling. We know how to wing it and have fun. Some people get in this realm and they over plan, right? You got to have a lane for, this is us. Let's talk, because people really want to hear it. And people are so uptight now. Everybody doesn't want to be taught something. So when I send people to you, they want to learn how to work the Stream Deck. That's organized. When they're trying to get their finances together and get a loan, they need to know specifically how to get their paperwork and stuff done. But then there's another lane that's just like, look, this is India and Angie. We love each other. We have a life, and we're growing together. How y'all doing? It's like, yo, start from there. Let everybody just feel you. Find the angles, the lanes, and go in. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and that's not at you. That's just a suggestion.
No, I got you. No,
and I'm saying
I
that with you on here because you know how to do it, and I trust that. But like, I'm loving helping people out now, where I think we're called to coach in a way where there are a lot of people that call themselves coaches that I'm just like, they come from such a organized realm that they overcoach, and they coach themselves right out of coaching people, where people like you and I, it's like, we just do it. You understand what I'm saying? I'm never impressed with what you do next, because I'm like, you're creative, and that's why I flow with you. I rock with you, and I'm not, this is just kind of going a little churchy here, but I'm not one of them people that every time New Year's comes around, it's like, oh, the word of the Lord said, cut people off that don't mean you no good and stuff. It's like, if you got to say that, you love being around bad people.
Right.
I mean, if you needed the new year to say you got to cut people off, you late, homie. You late. Like, you should have already known, like, I didn't come to you with no whole kind of bashata, blah, 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 you know, and God said, no. It's like, look, you, Diana, who's on here, David, Kevin, Tony, everybody I met in these communities and in this pandemic, I didn't have to do no deep meditation, prayer and stuff. Like, I was built enough to know this makes sense and that doesn't. You talking trash and you mean what you say and you say what you mean. So I'm rocking with you. Other people, I'm like, yo, you just talk and or you just out for the money grab. Right. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm like, do your thing. I holler back at you.
And I can't rock with, I can't rock with, because I see right through it. Oh man.
Listen. Yeah. It's, look at, you know the money grab people. Like, be specific about, I'm gonna make money doing this, that, and third. But you know the flyby pimps that'll come by like,
Right.
oh, what camera you got? That's all they
Right.
want to know. And then you start trying to help them. Then you realize, you know what? They out for the money
You're not
grab.
about that. Right.
They
Exactly.
think that if I
Right.
replace the lens and go live, I'm gonna be better. And it's just like, go on.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
excited. I'm excited. Here we go for a
Yeah, yeah.
second run at this.
I don't know. Exactly.
Ah,
Kevin's talking about the fire that happened in one of the row houses. That was closer to me, Kevin, than what it was to where Keith's a little bit further
oh,
out.
you talking
I'm
about the
closer to
13th,
city. Yeah.
23rd? Yeah, that's sad, man.
Yeah.
And that was the city crib.
Yeah. Thanks,
Yeah.
Richard. Yes, I'll be around.
That
Yeah.
was the city crib, and it's it's a housing project building something. I don't know all the details about it, but
Yeah.
yeah, some children died in it and
It was,
whatnot.
they said 7. They said 7 kids passed away. 13 people, and it was 7 kids who passed away. Yeah, it's
Oh,
sad.
goodness. Yeah.
It's that I keep, and it's so funny because, I live in a row house like that. My house is, out here where I'm at. They're all connected. That's the neighborhood in Philly. And I keep saying that I have an alarm system, but the alarm system, the one thing I guess I skimped out on, right, was I have regular smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors, but with my alarm system, you can actually get them where they're linked to the fire department. And like, there's been a few fires the last couple. Well, obviously because of the holidays, it always happens. But I've been saying it. I've said it at least 2 or 3 times already where I'm like, listen, I need to just call Simply Safe and order their fire alarms and just have it connected. Because God forbid, especially like if I'm either out at Angie's house or I'm home and I'm asleep, like you never know, like to have that stuff, just to have it connected automatically to the fire department. Because that stuff is crazy.
Look, and
So-
James hit it. They said the smoke detectors weren't working
See?
and they were checked in 2020.
That's crazy.
That's crazy, but they weren't working, now. Like it's
Yeah.
and this is one of those main things where it's like, yeah, you need the smoke detectors because you never know. Like this is around the time when everybody would have been sleeping.
Right.
And
Right.
it's no way out. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's hard. So with that, the violence, just the shooting and
Yeah.
stuff, people are on edge. I mean, it's everywhere. Like people are on edge because COVID got people's brains just screwed up. You know, so much going on. So we need to do this. We're going to do this
Yes.
way more often. Ladies and
Yeah, let
gentlemen,
me know.
India will be back. And she knows that me and Tina will threaten her.
Yes. And
We
I don't
will
need
threaten
nobody
her if she
threatening.
doesn't jump on this live. And I'm going to have to reset my computer because it's just, look, see, it takes all day to do something. See that? There it is. That's it.
There you
So
go.
it
There you
takes
go.
all day. So look, the buttons are like super slow right now because I plug stuff up and unless you reset the computer. So I went live without reset the computer. So everything's
Yeah.
not flowing. So that's just a little Stream Deck thing that I learned. So, all right, sis, I love you. I
Yes.
appreciate you.
Love you
And,
guys. Love you. Yes.
I'm glad to know that you're doing well. You understand what I'm
Thank you.
saying? So we
Yes.
have the Ring system that's the same, connected directly to fire and police. I knew
Yeah.
the Ring could do that.
Yeah.
So you have Ring system set up in house?
I got Simply Safe.
Simply Safe. Okay,
So,
they
yeah,
probably have that as well.
Yeah, they have it. I just got to buy the actual fire detector. That's all. So that it sends a signal or whatever.
Okay,
But
all right, man. Tony said it's crazy in Cali. Lots of freeway shooting lately. Goodness gracious! See, when they shooting on the freeway,
Crazy.
man, that's the nonsense.
right.
All right, it's getting near my bedtime. Time to make some tea and
Yes.
go to bed. Get
That's
upstairs, go into the quarantine room with the COVID chick.
You stupid.
You stay healthy. If you have any problems,
Yes.
let me know.
I
All
got
right.
y'all.
Tell Angie I
Peace
said
out,
thanks for letting you show up tonight and
I will.
being live. I appreciate her. Tell Angie I
Yeah, no,
appreciate
it's
her.
good.
All right. I'm
I
a friend
will.
her on Facebook or something. She on Facebook?
Right.
No. She
Not
not on
really.
Facebook. Not
No,
really.
she's just on TikTok. She really don't do like.
We good so I can friend her though? We good?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Now, I'm
of
making
course.
sure. I'm asking you because I
No,
know
we
you
good,
first.
yeah.
I'm just making
No,
you
we
know.
good. Yeah.
You
we
ain't screwing up
good.
or nothing, right?
Shut up. How you gonna ask me on live
I'm
TV, bro?
asking you.
That's
Long
like
as
the
you ain't,
Kevin Hart.
long as you ain't
Nigga,
messing up. So I'm just
help
making sure.
me.
I'm just making sure. You know when people get in relationships
stupid.
and you like, oh, this is the friend. They be like, yo, they be like, you're like, yo, hold on, give me the memo. Like, what the heck? Like, look,
Nah,
look,
we
as you
good.
get to know
stupid.
me, I'm a little bit like my dad was, God rest his soul. And people be like, if you break up, please tell Keith early. Like, don't wait to tell Keith. Keith will be on the line. Like, yeah, so you know, India and Angie, blah, blah, blah. We're going to handle come. You like, let me stop. Look, who's late to the game? Rudy on the go. We got Eric in here. Good morning. Eric says good morning. See, that's them people overseas, man.
Eric, yes, exactly.
Okay.
It's like 3:00 in the morning for Eric.
So wait, before I go, I got to tell you this. So I got some feedback on the microphones, right? And wrapping the microphone. So there's a company called Fox something over in India, and they hit me back because they want to have a convo because they do the SM7B. They paint these joints. So they do what Colorware does. And so I'm sitting there like, I was going to try to hook, Irvin Fryer, that's like my big brother. I was going to wrap a purple for him, right? And then Doc, I was like, him and Doc like purple.
Right.
But I was just like, if there's a company that actually does the actual painting, I was like, yo, what's y'all charge on it? So they were like, oh, yeah, we don't really ship to the US, this, that, third. So I sent them my link and they saw it and they were like, oh, yeah, it went up the ladder. And they were like, one of the top people was like, yo, they want to set up a Zoom with you to talk about it. So I'm going to try to see if I can get, a free joint out of it. I mean, you cool with the Lewitt, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I think they might have skins for those though.
I haven't seen any. I mean, I love the white, but then it's like, I would love like with some red or something. Oof.
Really?
Yeah. I love the white. The white.
Yeah, the white is dope. And you make it sound so good though. Like, that's why I don't argue over better. And I say better is relative because being a studio producer and engineer, you always got the right mic for the right song, right?
Right.
Each song, you don't just say, like, you have your standard mic, right? Right. But then you say, like a camera, you can say, I want Sony camera, and then you got to say the Tamron lens or the Sigma lens or the kit will work here because I don't need the bokeh nothing, you know.
Exactly what you're trying to do, right?
Yeah, so microphones to me are always like that. Like, I don't care what it is. Like, there are cheesy mics, but I always had to believe, like, if you talk a way that cheesy brings out the best sound, then you get a cheesy mic and bring it out. So a lot of people don't know that. And so me, I was not getting the SM7B just because everybody in our community swore it was like the god of mics. And I'm like, no, it's not. Like, but then I had to watch myself, like, it is a very dope sounding mic, but I ended up with this choice, but I did a live where I had the MV7 sounding like a blind test. And people couldn't tell the difference between the two mics because of the way I tweaked them, So like me, I actually almost had that mic that you have. I almost got it after you got yours and Tom got his. Yeah. When I was at B&H, I was going to get one just for GP. And if I know if I got it, I'll probably set it up and love it. And then, but the problem is people will probably buy it because, they'll be like, oh, you sound good on it. And it's like, yeah, but is that the mic for you? You know what I'm saying?
And it's also like, and it's also like, I make it sound good, but I'm right up on the mic. If I pull back, you're going to hear all my room. It's a totally different sound. Right. Like, and some microphones, you don't need to do that. But I'm cool with just being right here, being up on the mic. That's why I have it angled because I lean in, I'm looking at the camera. And with having it right here, it sounds great.
I mean, I got the in-ears on. You sound freaking wonderful in it. And that just proves my point where I want to do a stream with, multiple people that are different. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that you, like, it's crazy now because, okay, you can change your lighting up I can
Right.
change mine. Like, this is the blandest you ever seen me. You
Right.
understand what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
normally
Yeah.
like, oh, a little color or something there. I just do the yellow light on back there. They're hot as heck. I mean, hot meaning I put them on like 100%.
Right.
I didn't do that. You know what else I did? I
Mm.
I put my cameras on PAL, which you know, I had to be careful because I think Diana was like, she had to tell somebody they don't have to do that. Like, it's not a good thing to do if you're not into your cameras. So my other cameras, I didn't do it. So the A51s, I didn't do it. So if I switch to those cameras, you'll see the Philips Hue light. It'll have like a flicker.
Flicker. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I did my research and found out like, oh, you know, you can change the put it on, instead of put it on NT or NSTC, whatever, you put
Right.
on PAL. And so I was like, I only need to do that to my 3 front cameras because the other side shots, I'm not sitting on them long. So it doesn't matter. But I wouldn't recommend other people to do that. That's just because I went out on a tangent and threw a ton of Philips Hue lights around the house.
Right.
And I only invested in a few lights that are legit video lights where you don't have to worry about that. So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. But I want to, I can't wait to do that kind of light. I didn't even set my lights back the way they should be. They're just up pointing because what I did. So when you come over, I put I have 2 glide gears now and this right here. So there's a glide gear to the left, a glide gear to the right. And the reason I did it was because when I did the radio show for my client last week, she had the guests come over, right?
Okay.
So because we weren't, you know, we're not always comfortable with people's setup at their houses.
Right.
So if
Right.
they're local, we like, look, just come
Just
over
through,
here
'cause
so
it's
that,
gonna
you know,
be easier. Right.
yeah, because y'all
exactly.
joints be jacking up,
Right.
you know, your microphone be shot. They be like, is this a good microphone right
Right.
here? You like,
Right.
no. It's like,
Right.
how's my
Right.
camera? I got the new iPhone. You like, oh my
Right.
gosh, like,
Right.
don't
You waste
do
more
it.
time setting up than just getting to what, you know, the content
Look,
itself.
I was about to make you money and be like, listen, India, I need you to put a guest over there
Right.
in your basement.
That's
We're gonna
it.
pay
Let
you
me
some
know.
money. Like,
That's
so,
it.
so I put the cameras so that I can do tight, you know, shot,
Right.
and
Yeah.
people can see themselves like TV, and then you can have a room shot here. So it's dope and it's interesting. Like you're gonna love it. So, oh man, why are people still here? We still got people hanging around. Yo, shout yourselves out. Good night, everybody. Wait, wait, I'm missing stuff. What are we missing? You're supposed to be looking at the comment section too.
I was looking. Eric had me laughing because he says I have to try this, almost eating the microphone while recording. Yeah, that's what it is. It's like you kissing the mic. You like making love to the mic. The closer you get, the better you sound. You have to know.
Okay,
then you
you
won't-
have something quality. Regular people off the street won't be able to hear the difference of a $50 mic or a $500 mic. Yep, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay, thinking about pimping my pod mic.
Yep.
MV7, MV7X are awesome. Okay, I hooked up my SM7B in yellow like yours, bro. And it goes great with purple and orange. Yes, absolutely right. Wait, did you wrap it, Rudy? I wonder if Rudy wrapped that mic. That's going to be interesting.
Yes.
Okay, thinking about pimping the mic. Okay, got that. Okay, I had to try this, almost eating the mic while recording. Yes. But that image looks nice tonight. Oh, thank you, man. Look,
That's
tight
it.
shot. Hey, India, you can laugh with me and laugh at this because we keep 100%. I was busting on a couple people where they were so excited about in their individual shot, like, oh, I got this over here and that over there, and I put that there and stuff. And I'm like, when I see you on your lives, right, this is all you get. Most people don't think to maximize on the square shot because, 90% of the time, if you're afraid to be by yourself and you're always bringing a guest in, they're only seeing this much of your screen. And for most people, they like to do their shot like this anyway. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm like, your head and your shoulders, your shot is head and shoulders.
That's
so nobody sees your sofa. They don't see our bikes in the background.
Exactly.
They don't see my poster over there. They don't even see the window. And it's like some people stress themselves on, oh, I got this over here and that over there. It's like, see, we're creators, right? So the way you're setting up, you're going to end up with like 3 more cameras probably too, because you'll find a need for it to be like, okay, if I'm over here on a bike, I want to be able to switch and do this or do that. But everybody doesn't do that. So I'll be trying to tell people like, look, I mean, they get the worst thing is the overhead
Good night,
shot.
Kevin. Kevin's leaving.
Kevin's out. Okay, Kevin.
Yeah.
You know the worst thing is the overhead shot. I just want to be transparent.
I gotta set my overhead shot back up. That I haven't set up. I had it before, but I'm like, all right, what do I do?
When I say it literally turns my stomach when it's obvious that somebody just put an overhead overhead camera up. It's like the box openings are so like whack. Like this is the other Keith coming out that you probably just don't experience a lot. It's not a hater, but it's just like, I call people some of them fishers, right? They're fishers and they look, I'm like digging to finding out his or her why. Like I studied Tom a little bit. That's why I love Tom Buck. You know, Manny Ortiz. Like, I love these guys. Like, certain people, I love them because I studied them a little bit. I don't just look at one live and say, what camera is that? Okay, I got that. You know, oh, he got a side shot. I got that. I just found out that Nick Nemeth actually does, like, his shots are kind of like mine, but people will probably think mine are like his because he's way more popular.
Right. Yeah.
I got up early and watched him one morning when he was live, and I realized, I'm like, yo, that's kind of how I do with the jib. So if I'm kind of doing a narrative and I know I'm by myself, I'm going to have a moving jib shot. I'm going to have the camera just one over here, one there. Now, if I'm opening up something or I'm showing the stream deck, the camera's over top is not just to show me popping open a box. Right. You understand what I'm saying? It's it's multiple uses. It's like, yo, show that you're pouring your tea. Let people in on the tea pouring on your desk. Right. You understand what I'm saying? Like, put it to use. If not, it's so predictable.
Don't have it.
Yeah, it's like, it's so predictable. So in other words, until you get a new product, you're never going to use that camera that you spent.
That's why I haven't put it. I had set it up. And for me, why I was going to do the overhead shot was because I use the iPad a lot for notes. You know, I use the iPad and the Apple Pencil.
Got you.
I don't use notebooks, actually. And I got the iPad mini. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I got the iPad mini.
Nice.
Because I have the 12.9. The 12.9 is exclusive for work. Hold on a second. The 12.9 is exclusive for work now that I use for work notes, but it's actually really big. And I was like, listen, I need something small for around the house. And so then I picked up the mini. And then Zag has their own version of the Apple Pencil, and it works the same exact way. I actually love it. It's super dope. Let me see. Let me get my face out. Oh, you can't. I don't know. Oh, there it is. But this is the Zag pencil. It looks just like the Apple Pencil. It charges via USB-C there. I don't got my lights regular, but it mounts magnetically the same way. So it doesn't charge the way the Apple Pencil charges, but it charges through USB-C, and it does mount magnetically to the side of the iPad. And it writes just like the Apple Pencil, and it was $50 versus $130 for the Apple Pencil. But that's why I was going to set up the overhead shot. That's why I had initially set it up before when I was in Pittsburgh in my brother's house, so that the theory was that I was going to do videos showing how I take advantage of digital notes with my iPad and the pencil and things like that. And I'll probably set it up again. But until I know that that's the path that I'm ready to take.
But you're a thinker. So even if you set it up and you don't use it for like 15 lives, when you use it, you know
it'll be
why.
there.
You understand what I'm saying? So like productively, but here's the crux. Sometimes it's like when you're branding yourself, it's like you end up having a problem with trying to explain it to people who don't understand why, right?
Right.
But then I'm proud of some people where I'm like, okay, they want to be an Amazon Live person because they're chasing that. And I'm just like, and I'll name him, Bradley Vincent, for example. We
Right.
laughed and we talked. It's like, I'm not chasing that bag, right?
Right.
So if I'm not
Right.
chasing that bag, then cool.
Right.
When I know people are chasing that bag, I'm like, okay, I get why you're doing it. But it's just like, take time, plan it, and get it together.
Correct.
Like, I've had people
Right.
come at me and say, you need to
Hey,
be
Kim,
an
what's going on?
Amazon. That's Boocha. What's going
That's
on,
it.
Kim?
Hey, boo.
So I've had people come at me and say, like, yo, you should do the Amazon Live, right?
Right.
And I'm like, while I know I can do it, I just don't want to be trapped in that. Like,
Me too. The same thing. Because I thought about it. Because I have, right, all the products we have.
We be
have the
freaking
setup.
phenomenal,
Bro, you know
individually
how-
and collectively.
Yeah, right,
We
exactly.
would kill the
I agree.
freaking game. You hear what I
And
said?
I'm like, I know I've thought about it. And I'm like, I just can't. I can't.
Yeah, because I'd sell it. You look, I got my little bike here that Tina got me. I'd sell this bike right here.
Right.
You hear
Right.
what I'm saying? I'd be
Right.
like, oh yeah, you need to get this bike here. The
Right.
bike is this way, and blah blah blah. Look at it. You could just run it over your shoulder and
That's-
stuff.
You're stupid.
You understand what I'm
Right.
saying? Like I would,
agree wholeheartedly.
I would rock
agree.
this joint. I sell these mics right here. I'll be like, man,
Right.
the SM7B
Hey,
is wonderful,
exactly.
best mic
Exactly.
ever. But it's like, that's corny to me. I'm sorry. It's like, it's corny, but for people who are trying to do it, I was trying to help some people out with stepping their joint up, and it's just like, dude, you're not going to make good use out of that cam.
Right,
so,
right.
So you should be proud of me with the Stream Deck. That's why I wanted to hook up with you. So with my slow self, I figured out how to do the multi buttons, right?
Okay.
I knew how to
the
do it. Like, I'm a
multi-action.
good
Yeah.
thinker. It's just executing it. And I'm only
Right.
going to execute for what I need. But like my attitude with the ATEM Mini Praisers, right? I was just like, you don't need it, right? But I
Right.
respect those who have it because I had it at the church, and I understand
Right.
why you would need it in a big place when you're controlling the cameras. But I'm like, for your
Right.
own setup,
Right.
so like now I can push a button and all of my cameras come up on the screen
Correct.
in preview mode while we're still here, and then I can
Right.
select which one of those
When
joints.
you
So
want.
if I was
Exactly.
like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this live overhead shot, I could be queuing it up, size, put it right where I need it, and then push the button, it'll come on.
That's
and
it.
so
Right.
Michael Hyatt was like, yo, I showed him my video, and he was like, yo, that's a smart use of that, the thing, but it's like, you got to set it up on the Stream Deck.
Right.
In order to do it. But the why for people, like, some people still don't even understand a confidence monitor. And they're like, I don't need it. I'm just like, it'll actually make your life better.
Right.
Some people that don't need it, they can still do better if they had it.
Right.
That's just my argument. You know what I mean?
Right.
So my client was like, oh, I'm cool. I can look into the camera. And then when I got her used to the confidence monitor, when I took it off, she's like, where's the thing at? I was like,
Right.
Oh, now you
Right.
like it.
Right. Listen, I said, I think when I got it's been a year. So, I found out, I was looking, we spoke about it because I had asked you with the iPad. I was like, all right, listen, I got the iPad. I got the Luna display. And then when I found out that the Luna display does teleprompter mode, and it's been a lot of trial and error, but with the way I figured it out, with having everything hardwired, I actually turned Wi-Fi off on the iPad.
Okay.
And with turning Wi-Fi off, I have it hardwired directly to my Mac so that the Luna
Nice.
display and the iPad just communicate via the cable. That's my confidence monitor, right? Like, that's what it is my iPad mini. That's my confidence monitor. I put it on the Glide Gear teleprompter, and then it's multi-purpose, right? So I got the iPad mini. I knew that you said, you texted me, you said, come through. I brought my iPad mini downstairs, plugged it in, opened up the app, and now I'm good, right? So I have and that's it. And all I did was I set up on my main screen. I, logged in and stuff. I switched everything over to the Glide Gear, and I've been looking at you, right? Like, that's all it is I see what's happening, what's going on. But I love it. I think that for me, like, a lot of people, like, when I do lives, the one feedback I've always gotten is that I'm very
Listen,
engaging.
Kombucha, when she does do it.
when I do lives,
When
right?
she do
Exactly.
do when she
When I
do
do
live
right.
stream.
Well, Mike Reed was up here, and Mike said the same thing. I was trying to ignore another comment, but Mike said it's so amazing to see India D. Hi,
Mm-hmm.
Mike. I saw your comment.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But I think that for me, right? Like, and I think it's the same thing because your setup with that is the same exact way, right? That's why we are kind of engaging is because we have that confidence monitor set up. So it's like we're looking at ourselves, we're looking at the comments, right? But for me is I need to look at the screen, look at myself because I'm looking at the camera. But you think I'm looking at you. I'm talking to you. I'm having a conversation with you instead of
Right.
having the monitor here, right? Because this is my ultra wide right here. So I can have the monitor here. Or if I switch and I put my A5100 on over here, right? And then I'm looking at the monitor, I can, bring things this way and I can look, this is my main screen. But then to go like this, for me to go like that back and forth is like, I don't know. I never believed in that. Or even
Yes.
I moved in the middle, and I go back to my A6400 or whatever. It's the same thing, right? So like I can go like that. And you see a lot of people do that, or they just, go like this, they'll hang out, I can look. But then the comments, I don't know. I like having it all in one screen. I
Nah,
want
that's what I love because
right?
it's see when we all got to know each other, I liked it because remember I asked you like we were asking each other questions. I was like, well, how you do the
Right.
what's the name? Like, so you see my other little trick is for everybody's benefit, and I think it looks cute. You throw the comments right here, so that way
Right.
I can stay in
Right.
here with the comments.
Exactly. And look at the screen and
yeah,
you're
and look
good.
at the
Right.
screen. Now, if it's not my
Right.
live, like you said, on your iPad, you're looking at all the comments as a guest, so that
Exactly.
you know you can stay in tune with what's going on.
Right.
Look,
Hey, Sammy.
I'll show you right now. Let me see if this thing is going to move fast enough. Let's see if the love cam works. Okay. Yeah. So look, it's dirty in here.
Right.
But here's
It's all
what
right.
happened. Right. So that's the glide gear right there, right?
Yep.
But
Yep.
I matched the glide gear for
Yep.
the cross of these two
Right,
when two
exactly.
chairs are
Yep.
sat there.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And then for me, this one is here, or if you have two people here or three,
Right.
I can square in each individual person, isolate them, and then put them in the box on the screen.
Right.
So setup is necessary. So
Right.
now let me see if it goes back. Okay, boom.
There
There,
you go.
just a small
Right.
delay. I don't know why it's catching up all of a sudden now, but again,
Yeah, no, you're good.
I got to
Yeah,
do
yeah,
a
yeah.
hard reset. But no, yeah, like having that setup where you have them for a purpose. So
Correct.
I think I told you my little trick. For each camera, I have the front, I have the shot, and then with Ecamm, I make a duplicate scene and zoom it in like 50%, right?
Right.
So that when people are live, when they go on like a YouTube channel or something like that, they're like,
Right.
hey, if you're thinking about blah 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 and such and
Right.
such and such and blah blah blah,
Right.
but then if you think about such,
Right.
it was one of those things where I'm like, this is a way that you can do that live with Ecamm.
Right.
And a couple people were like, oh, how'd you do that? And it's just like, yeah, just with the flick of a button.
That's
and so
it.
what I did was
You
I
just
set
duplicate the
every
scene, you
camera
get your
up.
angle, and that's it. Right.
Yeah, so every camera does that. So for each button that I have a camera, my trick is I'll do advance to next scene, and each one of them will pull in. So if I'm overhead the desk and I'm like, oh, okay, here's what I'm doing on the stream deck, I just push
Yeah.
the button and it zooms in rather than going to find it like, wait a minute, let me zoom the shot in.
Right. Exactly. Right. Right. Right.
You know
right.
what I mean? It's just like, nah, buddy, like, come on now. Yeah,
I
exactly.
hear you. I know.
You about to make me cough. Man, you coughing on this joke like
That's funny. The both of us.
Wait, Paul's still killing you.
He
Sammy,
is, I know.
it's not really India. It's an AI. I should really take your picture so that I can always have you join me.
Right. Exactly.
Whenever-
right. And people will be
when-
like, is it really India or is it an
I
AI?
can, I can do an overlay and I can actually have you do. I just have to remember exactly what I said so that I can do it live. So, yeah, I'm going to write a skit out to get you to talk and be
Okay.
like, all right, I'm about to bring in
Right.
India. She's coming in and be like, hey, what's up, sis? And you like, yo,
You're-
what's up?
Exactly. We're like, what's popping?
Right. So then I'm going to just remember what the script is.
Right.
And then I can always bring you in whenever I want.
That's it.
How about that?
There you go. Hold on. I haven't used this one.
I like it. I like it. Is that on your Rodecaster
My
Pro?
Rodecaster. Yeah.
Yo, you know what's sad? My Rodecaster Pro is sitting on the floor.
No.
Well, I never used it on this desk, right?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, but I always had it on the other setup.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was never really using that. And then I needed a 4 input for the Apollo.
Right. Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
so then I put the Duo over there. And I
Yeah.
was like, I'm going to take the Rodecaster Pro to the church.
No.
I'm going to
No,
give
I
it to
love my
Jesus.
Rodecaster
That's going to give it to
There you go.
Jesus.
I love my Rodecaster Pro. I just got to get everything set up again. That's all.
Oh,
My
man.
little desk.
If India does a second stream, I will believe she's real. So are you going live this weekend? You're going
I
live this
probably
weekend,
am.
right?
I have the intention. Yeah, I have the intention.
Ladies and gentlemen, anybody wish to see India live on streaming this weekend? When's your night? Saturday night?
Saturday.
This Saturday night at 9 o'clock?
8, 9.
8,
Yeah.
8, 9. This Saturday night at 9 o'clock to show you the latest upgrades and different things that she has going on and a sneak preview of India's Zwift setup where she will be climbing the mountains of Watopia.
can't.
And she will
Yeah.
be on Zwift, and she's going to give a preview of how her and Keith Pells are going to be trying to be innovative in the Ecamm Zwift setup.
That's
And
it.
so please join her this weekend at 8 o'clock on Saturday. India will be live. And if she's
Look, now
not-
you just gave me my thumbnail, my Canva thumbnail. I'm going to do a picture of the projector with my bike, and that's
see
it.
that? See
Yeah.
that?
That's
Hey,
it. You
oh.
helped me out.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to see India in bike tights, you must tune in.
Shut up, Keith. You stupid.
Ladies and gentlemen, you will see India in bike tights on Saturday night.
Oh, my goodness. Chill. Angie will beat you up having everybody come
Look.
see me in my tighties.
Listen,
That's the only time I wear skin tight clothes. Listen,
Hold-
when I'm cycling.
but
That's
wait.
the only
but-
time.
Okay, all right. Respectfully, you're lady and
Yeah.
my lady, right? So the thing is, when you come in and your significant other or whoever you're dating sees you in them bike tights, it's a look.
Right.
It's a look that's like,
Yes.
okay, all right.
Yes.
It's like, yo, if it's
Yes.
tight, okay.
That's legit. When I put on, so when it started to get cold, I had, a long jersey and I was
Brandon.
all black. So it was all black. So my black tights and then my black jersey. And then, I have the cycling cap with my cap up or whatever. I sent the picture to Angie. She was like, go back home. What are you doing? Why? No,
See?
you showing all your curves, all your body. Go back home. I'm like, babe,
Listen.
this is a dress. Like, what you want me to tell you? Yes.
Listen, so here was my boy got a nice picture of me on Instagram. But this was that New Year's Eve ride. Look at that.
Yeah.
2,400 feet there, baby. That's not a whole
Yeah.
bunch, but yeah, it was jumping on that and doing that ride. That jersey right there. Wait, you
Yeah.
are a Cafe de Cycliste person. I would love to see you grab that gear because you're into gear. You're into, you went straight to the tubeless tires, the carbon wheels and stuff. So
I love my carbon wheels.
I
Woo.
think you might want to get you a Cafe de Cycliste jacket. Like,
All right.
go on the website. They have sales, but when I say their gear works, they have the lightest, warmest gear that you're not going to like sweat in, feel uncomfortable or whatever. So,
All right. Check it
yeah.
out.
Oh, well, Rudy on the go. All right, we're doing it, Rudy. Let's start setting these joints up. Looking forward
That's
to
it.
streaming with you, either in your channel or mine, but hopefully soon. Yes. Here's something we got to think about. Wait a minute. You and I probably can try this. You know that the Restream has a function where I think, were you on it or was it
Yeah,
just
like a
Diane and
collaborator or something like that.
Yes. Where
I haven't tried it. I've seen it, but I haven't tried it. Yeah.
Yo, so if you get the insight on it, we got to try it because you could be on your channel at the same time. That's like a double portion.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's yep.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. That's a little churchy, but that's a double portion. Hey, receive it. You need a hallelujah button or something. You need a.
I do. I don't think I
No,
don't
no.
have anything, but I
hold
need
up.
to get
I
it.
got to give you the black church. It's real
Yes.
good, and that's
Send
called.
me
That's
the
called.
clip.
My God.
Send me the clip.
We
Yes,
call it.
I don't have anything. No.
Me and Tina would call them the MG women. When I would go to church, right, and I would say something that people like. My boy Pastor Brandon Jones is on here, right, and it's like he knows. It's like you could say something, you be like, "This morning, God is good." And you ought to praise God because he woke you up this morning, started you on your way. And, you know, the Lord is telling me to tell you right now, India, all of those people that hated on you. and when I start saying that, your face got to go stink. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get India to do you got to get stank when I do this. You got to be like this. God is telling me to tell you this. All of those people that said that you would never launch a YouTube channel. The Lord is saying it's going to be so successful in 2022. All your haters will be shaken off. And you go like, my God. So you got to you got to,
my God.
You know who knows how to do it? Lim would know exactly. Like Lim for his Filipino self. Look, my brother Brandon, he knows.
God.
Look, my God. CGAWD. My God.
My God.
That right there. Lim is black. And he doesn't know it. Because me and him were talking, there's nothing from Black Pew Church that I can talk about that Lim cannot relate to. It's scary. I'm like, dude, where'd you grow up at again? Like, he was up in them Bronx streets or something with Timothy Wright them or something, or Hezekiah Walker. Because I'm like, Lim, you know a lot of Black church. So he would understand. And look, Brandon's laughing because that's what happened. You'd be like... And God said that that your vision needs to expand. Your vision needs to expand. So I see 5 more cameras in your room right now. Oh, receive it. And you'll just be like, my God, my God.
My God. My God. My God.
So you need a my God button right there.
Right.
But it gotta be like a Maybe when you come up here, we're gonna have Tina do it, and then I'll send you the sound clip. We gotta do it. Look, before we go, you got to see this awesome picture that your brother took, and that picture is from my little nephew Ziggy, who is one of the most phenomenal, dopest young drummers, and Mom and Dad were so proud because it was his first musical recording, and I was happy to have my signal lens with me to take this.
That's dope.
And Ziggy is, Brandon, correct me, I think he's 11 now.
Dope.
Yeah, he's 11, and he played for Zach Williams, Zach's choir, One Accord, and I got the something deep voice pills. Yes. But yeah, put up there Ziggy's age, but look at my nephew. He's crushing this whole thing. And here's something that got me some inboxes on thinking I'm actually a photographer. You ready for this? I took this picture with the Sigma lens, and that's why when we hook up, you gotta get these cameras going. Wait for this one. You're gonna love this. Where's it at? Oh, that's why, because I was hiding it. Let me stop hiding it. Okay. Well, one, I took it of the choir director, and he was over here, and here's the choir director. That's one of them. That's dope. Right.
Yeah. So I like that.
That's with a Tamron lens from across the church. How about that? Right?
Yeah.
That's Tamron lens from across the church. And then this Sigma shot right here, look at this.
Ooh,
you see the bokeh on that sucker right there? That's whole thing. That was the Sigma 24 70 lens on the full frame. And I took and there was a photographer there, but my boy let me walk around. I only had 2 lenses. And so, girl, I got the bug for shooting pictures now. When I say I got the bug, and so you ride or die homie, so we just gonna pull the bag out, throw
Yeah.
lenses up and start doing some
Let me
shoots,
know,
girl.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I've always like that's how I started my collection. I actually used to take pictures before I started any of this. So I had an 851. I got like 5 lenses.
That's
I
why
got a 50, I got a 30, I got all of that. Yeah.
That's why before the darn Amarion, your behind went dark, and me and Tina was looking for you before Isaiah came home to be like, yo, can you take some pictures of us? Can I meet up with you in Philly and snap some pictures? Like,
I'm sorry.
come on.
All right. I won't do it again.
So to everybody that has something bad to say about India, she apologizes to all of you for
Yes.
it's been a long time. Shouldn't have left you without a good beat step. You made me cough again.
Coño.
Come on. You knew who was coming. Come on. Coño.
You made me cough again. Oh, jeez. Okay, he's 12 now. Thank you, Brandon. All right, we're out. We hung out long enough. It's 11:30?
Yes.
My bad. It's past your bedtime.
It's all right. We're
mine.
all good.
Okay.
It's all right.
All right. So we doing this again real soon.
Yeah,
so
let me
how to
know.
do it.
I'm down.
Just pop one.
I'm
And we in.
down.
All right,
Yes.
sis, I love you. And tell Angie I said
Love
what's
you.
up.
I
I'll tell
will.
Tina you said
Yes,
hi. I'll
please.
tell her that you exist.
Yes.
Okay.
Please do
All
that.
right. And to
All right.
everybody in our eCam community, Let's Get Live, India Delgado is actually alive. And she's going to have closing
Yes.
remarks. Go ahead. Full
Yes.
screen closing remarks.
Look at Diana Gatley just came with.
Oh, boy. Oh, you got some splaining to do now. Good Lord. You got
can't.
some splaining to do. What it do? I'm giving you full screen. I don't want no parts of this.
I can't. Listen, Diana came in.
Oh, that's an MG moment right there.
My God.
My God, right
My
there.
God.
That's my God. She about to do a
Mm.
Tina and cuss at you, right? She gonna cuss at you. She like,
I need to look at my phone to see if she messaged me. She probably texting me, cursing me out right now. India, what you doing?
wow.
My God.
Wow. Go ahead. Talk to Diana. You got a few
Diana.
words.
What's going on?
You got a
Well,
few words.
I've apologized a million times over and over.
Mm.
Everybody threw shade all through this stream. Everyone has thrown shade
Mm-hmm.
because I have gone MIA and now I am back. Paul Duncan has said that I am an AI and not an actual person. I will be back to streaming. Keith has made me commit. I'm going to stream on Saturday this week. And that's it. Well, what's
You
going
need
on?
more
What's
apology.
going on?
You need more. You need more than that. That's not enough.
Wait, look, Mr. Riley. Why everybody? My, shaking my head. Ain't see her in a month of Sundays. What?
It's coming through now. It's coming
My
through
God,
now.
look-
You got some
look,
explaining to do.
I can't. Look, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna turn the lights on. Turn on the lights. Let me make it. Let's get serious in here. Let's get serious.
Oh yeah, you better
I
tune
got
it up now. Yeah, there it is. You need to do something.
Right.
You,
Let me
you
get
better
serious.
do something because you
Serious.
know
Right now.
earlier the stuff that you were saying earlier before Diana showed up.
Mm-mm.
I just wasn't sure if you could back it up. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm.
I just wasn't sure.
Why you talk so much crap,
I'm-
Diana? I did not. I
I'm
repeat.
just saying.
did
You know what I'm
not.
saying? I'm just read the screen, ladies and gentlemen. Just read the screen. That's all. You
He
know.
said, "I ain't scared of no Diana Gladney." Hold on.
Coño.
She is here. Listen, look, and Mr.
Whatever.
Riley put the bike up on the joint.
I know my fellow biker. At least I've been
He
cycling.
put the bike. So look, Riley got to
Listen.
jump on. Is he on Zwift?
I don't know. I haven't seen Mr. Riley. I don't think you on the Swift game yet. We gotta help you. We have to help you, Mr. Riley. Get on Zwift.
Well, look, when we Zwifting together,
not
because
on
I don't do the pissing matches on Zwift. So if you ride 14 miles per hour, I'll ride 14 miles per hour. If you
That is
ride
my
20,
peak,
I'll
bro.
ride 20.
Yeah.
Like when I Zwift with other people, unless they're like in a super like workout joint, I just roll at their pace and just enjoy it and watch their avatar and my avatar and take pictures and ride up and down hills. But
That's what I do. I be taking pictures. Let me see. This week, some point, I'm doing CrossFit on Friday.
Oh, that's right. You're
tomorrow,
doing that baller stuff. That's really gonna help you with the
Yeah.
biking.
Yeah, that's why I started CrossFit again to help my core. I posted a dope video
You
on
did.
Instagram and Facebook today. I
Oh,
did that. That
today.
was
Okay, not
today.
okay.
I posted a dope video today. I did a. I don't think I can't really. Let me see.
Camera
What
junkies
happened?
laughing too. It's like, yeah, like
Why?
when you post something? Like when did that happen? You
You know
don't
what?
I ain't got
Y'all are
Zwift money
haters.
right now.
Let
Come
me
on,
see.
man. You gotta invest.
Stop it.
You gotta
Stop it.
invest. But you know what? He live in that good weather, so he ain't gotta worry about it.
Whatever. Let me see. So I can't. I'm gonna do a real bootleg. Can
Hold
we do
on.
this?
Hold on. Let me give you full screen. Hold on. Let me take this
Wait.
down, what you said
Take that.
earlier.
Take that down.
Yeah, my
Take that
fault.
down. Take that
Let
down.
me find it over here. I'll
Take
take
that
that
down.
down. Okay, there we go.
Take that down. Can I actually? Can I screen? No. Take. Go back to me and you. Can I screen share? How can I do this? Why I'm acting like I don't know what I'm doing?
Well,
Share.
are you running through eCamera or did you just go direct with your camera?
Now I'm gonna do this. Hold on. Let me share my screen right quick. Because this is what we're gonna do. Let me share. Let me get it set up to share my screen. Let's go here. Let's do this. Let me share this. And then I don't know if this boy. That's okay, Mosifus. I'm going back to work. India wouldn't come see us and the whole crew drove to
My
my
God.
God.
Ooh, we gotta
My
get that button
God.
together.
We do all the shade. So check
My
this out.
God.
And then this is how we're gonna end it. Because this is what I've been doing. I've been really trying to can you see the screen? I shared the screen.
No,
You got
I can't see the shared. How? What I gotta do?
I don't know. I'm sharing it. You got to change it. I don't know.
Okay, so if I put it on you, so how do?
There should be another camera option on the bottom. Like for me, you should be able to switch it on the bottom.
Oh,
You
okay,
see
and
it?
you're okay. I see it. Hang on, this
Say it.
is hot.
Say it. Yeah, say it.
Wait a minute. Okay, so wait, it's behind the overlay. So
There you go.
can I pick it as an overlay?
You should be able to pick it. Yeah, you should be able to pick it as an overlay and then select.
Well, here, you know what I
Um,
do? No, I'll just give you a brand new screen, right? Because I did pick it, but I think because I have you in the overlay over here, I'm just going to go to a brand new screen. Hold on. I'm going to go to a
Mr.
new
Riley,
scene.
we will help you. We talking about that, setting up the indoor space.
We
We
got
gonna we gonna
you.
do a live stream.
And we're
stream.
going to do
All
that.
right.
And then let's take you over
So
here,
here.
and then I'll do you an overlay. Okay,
All
boom.
right.
There it is. Got
There
you.
you go. Boom.
Got you. All right. I'm glad I figured this
Let me
part
see.
out.
Can we make this bigger? Oh, shit. There you go. Look at this. Hold on. Sound on. Can you hear the sound? Hold on. Go back.
Oh, you better jump.
Make this
Okay.
bigger.
Okay.
Listen,
That's one of the
You see
people you
this?
work out with?
that's at the CrossFit by the house.
No, I'm saying, is that one of the people that you work out with that's doing the jumping and lifting the weight?
That's me.
Oh, for real?
That was me today, bro. You stupid.
That's why I'm coughing.
You can't. I can't with you.
Oh my goodness. Yo, that is so dope, man.
That's me. Yes. That's what I did today. I said I can't. There. Oh, that's better. Hold on. Let me move this over. Let me act like I know what I'm doing. Can I know what I'm doing?
Wait,
Why
no,
this
not
is- there you
India
go.
screen. I need India right there. Okay.
There you
There's
go. Oh.
India. Got it.
Hello. There you go. And then look, I made it a little bit bigger. So this was what I did today.
Okay. I see the jump.
That's a 20-inch box.
Come on. You popping that up there. That's 245s, ain't it?
No. That's 20 pounds, 25 pounds.
They some big 25s.
Yeah, no. But I almost cried. It was 8 rounds. So I did 8 snatches of those, 8 box jumps, and 8 of those, and then 8 calories on the assault bike. I did that 3 times with no break. So round 1, round 2, round 3. And on the last round, I had 30 seconds left. And I'm a believer. I don't say I can't. Like, that's always not been in my vocabulary. I do not like saying I can't.
Mm-hmm.
And today I said I can't. And my coach, she was like, don't you dare. Absolutely not. You can. And I was really ready to give up. Today was one of those workouts that it like took everything in me. And I finished my 8th round, the last 8 calories. for the bike with no seconds left. Like I finished literally at the 0 countdown, the full round. I almost cried, like, because it took everything out of me, that workout. It was no joke.
You know what? If you put 3 boxes up there and a pit bull running up on you.
Why? That would be actually really good. Oh my goodness. I can't. You are
so one of my friends put up a post. They said black people and loose dogs don't go well.
That's it. That's me jumping over a fence, hopping over a fence. That dog is coming. Help me.
I seen the hardest brothers in the hood when some pit bulls get loose. I seen gangsters jumping on cars, baby. I'm talking climbing over gates and everything. Said jumping on an Apple box, but couldn't jump in the car to come.
You know what, Diana? See,
my God, Diana can do that for us.
Right.
Did your spider sense start tingling? Listen, you were close to them.
Well, yeah, when they went to the city, I was an hour and a half because they went to B&H.
An hour and a half away, and you didn't bother. Wow.
Shut up, Keith. Let's end this. I'm gonna close my page.
Yeah.
I'm gonna close my page.
Whew. All right. All right. You.
Whatever. That's my pretty bike.
Yo, this is a nice overlay screen, though. You know. Oh, come on, Speedified. That's what I'm talking about. Come on,
like
Speedified.
that small flex.
Small
flex.
Small flex. That's what you gotta do. You gotta do that Speedified. I'll be having that thing running on here. You know, I'm logging up. We're logging off too, Diana. We're like way past our bedtime. So,
yes.
Mr. Camera Junkie, love you, man.
Love you guys.
You didn't even go to see Lou.
Shut up,
Aiden. Oh man, he drove all the way up from the Key State, and they
FaceTime me. They FaceTime me. I got yelled at by Lewis. I got yelled at by Gigi. Diana told me just to lose her number. Like Diana was like, "Bye, lose my number." It was bad.
Me and Diana and Dot was talking bad about you behind your back.
I bet.
Because we was concerned. I was like, I'm about to roll up on her crib. And because I thought I was just out of the loop, you know, and they was like, oh no, it ain't just you. And I'm like, you sure? They was like, look, we about to send APB.
You know what?
Diana needs to stop.
Diana needs to stop talking crap because out of everybody, I talk to Diana at least 2 or 3 times a month. So out of everybody, I'm the closest to Diana.
She felt like she made a racial slur to you or something. Like I was like, dang, like what happened? What happened?
Whatever, y'all.
I don't know.
I'm gonna take it. I deserve it. That's all right. I deserve
Paul
it.
said they've been logging off for the last
hour. That is so true. That is true. All right, I'm gonna stop talking.
All right, so what do I have here? What am I closing out on? I'm gonna do what Doc used to do a lot, and I don't know if he does it a lot anymore. But yeah, let me see if this works because yes, that works. This is a song by the late Paris Bowens. Paris Bowens, I was live with him last year around this time, about a year ago, and he passed away in April, right before my dad's birthday. And so our young brother is not with us anymore, and this is his song, and the song is called Stay. It's very sentimental to me, and ironically, we played this song. He did a live recording of it, and reluctantly, he passed away in April. So, to his memory, the late Paris Bowens, Stay.
Rest in peace, brother.
All right, rest in peace. India, love you, girl.
Love you too, bro.
Wait, whose shirt am I rocking? Let me see.
Nope, Frost and Cell. Hey.
So, there we go. You folk granted. I love this song.
And I can't afford to lose you by love. I want you to talk.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's India. You can catch her on Saturday night. For real though.
Yes.
She will be live.
Yes.
She does
Yes,
exist.
I will.
She does exist.
I do exist. Yes.
Talk with me.
Yes.
I want you to stay.
Woo! Come on, Paris.
Stay with me. I want you to stay. Stay, don't leave. Without you, Lord, I know I can't survive. No.
You are my reason, my inspiration.
And I am willing to change all my ways.
'Cause I can't settle for a night.
Oh man, I love Ecam.
Lord, I know I can't survive.
Why?
You are my reason,
Inspiration.
Inspiration.
And I am willing to change all my ways. I want you to stay.
Whatever, Paul. Hey, Mike.
I want
All right, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take all the shade. All right.
All right, that's enough for they shut me down on YouTube. Love you, girl. Holla.
Love you too, bro.
Peace, everybody.
I'll talk to y'all later. Good night. Bye.
Don't go. Don't leave. Stay with me.
Be careful out there that Omicron is real, people. Keep yourselves safe. Stay masked up. Rudy on the go. We'll catch up. Mike Reed, love you, man. Paul, love you, man. Appreciate everybody that was on, hanging out. Diana, get back to work. Everybody holler.